return to the Transformers.
Hey, Scream, look at these niggas coming in here like they big steppers.
What it do, big man?
What's happening, Brian?
Oh, ain't shit.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you niggas get 3 bricks and we're gonna run it back.
Long as it ain't like last time, I'm good.
Fuck you mean last time?
You know what I'm talking about, man. That motherfucker Scream over there. Nigga, you say my name one more fucking time. Man, you better put a leash on that puppy before I light his ass up. Yeah, okay, nasty boy. Don't let that big stepper shit go to your head. I'm a big stepper for real, cockroach. I'm gonna show you when I step on you, motherfucker. Now before I transform and colonize your fucking house. I'm talking my whole infestation, nigga. Yeah, get him, Brian. I lay eggs all over that motherfucker. Nigga, I get in your fridge and lay eggs on your eggs. Yeah, fuck you, Brian. Scream, I'm right here. I'm ready. Nigga, I stay ready.
Hey, you niggas be quiet. I gotta go to Prime Pool Party. The rest of you motherfuckers get back to work.
I thought you said this was a pool party, man. Where the bitches? Jazz, why you always running your fucking mouth? Nigga, I told my baby mama I had to work. I don't want to stand out here with a bunch of niggas in a fucking pool. I can't be around bitches right now. I'm trying to work it out with Kel. I just started back going to church, reading my Bible. I stopped drinking. I'm still gonna smoke my weed, but I stopped drinking. I don't give a fuck what you do. And speaking of Kim, I just saw that bitch. Don't ever speak on Kim in your life. Ever. No, nigga, you need to be trying to work it out with Quisha. She the one had your back since day one. She the real ride or die Prime. You a stupid motherfucker. You think just cause you turn into old dusty ass Porsche, that make you somebody. You ain't nobody, nigga. Stay the fuck out of our business. Good afternoon.
All right, Quisha, I had a long day. Go run my bath water.
I said good afternoon.
And I said, fuck your good afternoon, bath water. And after that, I want a back rub and some head. Come on.
Round 1. Fight! Juggernaut punch! Juggernaut punch! I'm out of meters!
By the power of Grayskull!
Round 1. Fight! KO!
Until next time, this is He-Man wishing you...
Oh my God. Give me a quick sound. Give me a quick sound check. Just walked in from practice. I hurt. But yeah, somebody give me a quick sound check. All right, sound good. Cool. All right. There's a lot of stuff happening right now. Okay, where do we go? Hey, I seen it. I don't care. I mean, I get it, but she could have got back into her vehicle. That's how I look at it, but okay. Yeah. Let's see. What were my topics again? Godfrey, LA, PlayStation. Well, yeah, let's go to PlayStation first, since we got the pending GTA release in November. Well, they said it in Project 2025, you will own nothing and be happy. And everybody's upset. Rightfully so, but who didn't see this coming? I mean, they told you for years this was going to happen. But let's go. Let's go. Man, I'm sore as hell. Oh shit, my bad.
Is the end of an era for PlayStation. Sony says it's going to soon stop making physical discs for PlayStation games. Starting in 2028, new PlayStation games will be available on the PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. Sony says the change aligns with consumer preference for digital media, which significantly outpaces physical discs.
That's nasty work. Hold on, my mic too low. Hold on. All right. Because I'm not talking very loud because I don't feel good. I'm a little sore from practice. Okay. Now, let me just say this real quick. Let me just say this. Now, I am no fan of HBCUs. Let me see. Oh, so many. How do I want to do this? How do I want to address this topic? HBCUs. Okay, what question do I want to ask? Okay, somebody asked why to. Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna get into this blank. Why do blankets and high HBCUs? Okay, here we go. So, y'all know I'm not a fan of HBCUs. I'm not a fan of HBCUs at all. Now, what I do with my child really shouldn't be of any consequence to anybody else. Okay? So, apparently someone took me talking about HBCUs as a snipe. I don't know why, but I mean, I guess you could say it's a snipe. Like, I don't hold HBCUs in high regard. I just don't. So let's go here first, right? HBCUs, right? Okay. Historic demand is creating a challenge many schools never expected. Okay. Take everything I present with a grain of salt. Turn up the volume. It is turned up. Turn up your volume. I'm not talking loud. Yeah. How about you refresh whatever device you're listening to and turn up your volume? Matter of fact, let me listen to myself on my phone just to prove my point. Because if my shit sounds good on my phone, then it's you. Let me pull myself up. All right, let's see what I sound like. Pull myself up. Yeah, I got it. I got my volume on my phone at 40%. It's not me, it's you. So, let's continue. HBCUs are seeing a historic enrollment boom as Black students seek safer, more supportive spaces amid anti-DEI rollbacks. But the surge is stretching campuses thin from housing shortages to dining overloads and basic needs insecurity. Once again, take everything I present with a grain of sea salt. Howard University, At the Washington, D.C. HBCU, record demand is colliding with limited housing. This year, Howard welcomed its largest freshman class ever, with more than 2,700 students. After 37,000 undergraduate applications per Kennedy Human Rights, but with about 5,423 on-campus beds and more than 11,500 undergrads, many students are being pushed toward waitlist, off-campus housing, and fast-moving DC leases. Now, why the fuck would I want to send my kid to a school and she's not guaranteed housing? Why would I want to send my child to a school that on purpose lied to everybody? You got to get housing, and then you paid the deposit, and you don't get your deposit back, let alone you not being guaranteed housing. Why I want to send my child to an institution that's run like this? Okay, let's continue. And the cost gap is growing. On-campus housing runs about $12,380, while an estimated off-campus living expenses can reach $18,050 a year. Why am I trying to send my kid here? Why? But I know y'all like to say the data's the data. Okay, fair enough. Let's continue. Fisk University. After a more than 60% enrollment surge that outpaced traditional construction timelines, Fisk University turned to more unconventional solutions. According to Scion Advisory, the school invested $4 million in a modular student village made from retrofitted shipping containers to house 98 students. So your kids somebody's kids are going to be in a shipping container for housing. What does that look like? What does that even look like? Fisk University modified shipping container. You're sending your kids to school and they're housing ship. Okay, you got it, man. Y'all got it. Shipping container for housing. Y'all got it, man. Yeah, y'all can run all day with y'all's data. Look at this here. Look at this shit here. Facing surging enrollment, Fisk University in Nashville built a 98-bed student housing complex out of repurposed 40-foot shipping containers. The navy blue and gold micro apartment unit features private bathrooms, walk-in showers, and shared kitchenettes, providing an innovative and fast-deployed alternative to traditional dorms. Yeah, okay. Each unit acts as a micro apartment boasting built-in kitchenettes, private bathrooms, walk-in showers, dedicated study living. Okay. Okay. Got you. Let's go. Let's see what this looks like. Not my child.
Looking to put 100 beds quickly on our campus.
Not my child.
For student occupancy.
The growth was happening faster than we could adjust as a university.
We were all dealing with a project that we're not familiar with.
I really loved the layout, how spacious it was. That was definitely something that caught me off guard.
Being able to be a part of a project where we can provide housing for the students, it makes my heart happy and proud to know that we can achieve this.
Why are you purposely taking in more students than you can accommodate? That's my question. You're taking all these kids' deposits, their housing and room deposits, with no guarantee of housing. So are you going to spend, I don't know, however much it costs to send these kids to school for a year, for your kid to reside in a refurbished shipping container? You got it, man. You got it.
Fisk University has been growing.
Wait, who is this white man? Why does Fisk University have a white vice president? If y'all don't get the fuck out my face with this HBCU shit, get out my face with with all the positives and pros of HB. Why is this white man Why is he the vice president of a historically black college, university? I sent my kids down there to get away from these people, right? Isn't that the whole premise of it? Isn't that why you send your kids down to an HBCU, to get away from white folk? But Sly, they taking white kids too. Okay, so might as well just send your kids into the Lions Den altogether. make a decision, make a choice. Why is this white man the vice president of Fisk University? But I got this. Come on. Yeah, I covered that 2 weeks ago, but we'll go over it. Not to worry.
Enrollment at an unprecedented rate in the last 5 or 6 years, and upward of 70% increase in enrollment. And we sit on this extraordinary 45-acre campus with some of the most iconic historic buildings on any.
Do I detect an accent? Why is he? Who is this man? Who is this white man? Oh, let's see, y'all done. Dr. Jens Fredrickson. Sir, why are you around black kids? Why are you around black kids? I know. Y'all's data is the data. I get it. Y'all's data is the data. You got it, man. Now, you know how you shut me up with y'all's rhetoric? Send your kids to an HBCU. That's how you shut me up. That's how you shut me up. Fisk University announced on August 27, 2020 that Dr. Jens Fredrickson, what are you, a Swede? Are you Norwegian? Will be assuming the role of executive vice president effective immediately. Dr. Fredrickson will continue to oversee all of our fundraising and enrollment efforts while serving as a key pillar in my administration. I could not be more excited about continuing to work with Dr. Fredrickson, and I feel confident that the next few years will be. I thought y'all sent y'all kids down to these schools to get away from white folk. Okay, gotcha. Let's see. Fisk has raised over $36 million, grown enrollment by over 25%, lowered the discount rate by 12%, and increased the academic quality of the incoming class from the 54th percentile to the 73rd percentile nationally. Alumni giving participation has grown from 21 to 34%. Let's put a pin in that too. Let's put a pin in the let's put a pin in alumni. Oh, I'll come back to that as well. Alumni donations, right? Okay. Alumni donations of HBCUs versus PWI. Stick a pin in this. Hold up. Because y'all said the data is the data. Why is this white man around? Why is this white Swede around these kids? Dr. Fredrickson received his undergrad in economics, political science, history, and philosophy from Vanderbilt. He also received a master's in social and political thought. Interesting. Before completing his master's and PhD in political science, all from Vanderbilt University. Well, sir, why the fuck you ain't at Vanderbilt? Then why ain't you at amongst your kind? Why are you around black kids? I know. Right.
We could kind of see the trend and begin to sort of back into the numbers of residential capacity and how the campus occupancy rate sort of stacks up against that. It quickly became apparent to us that we needed to solve for this enrollment growth without stalling the momentum.
Containers, like, y'all gonna have us in containers? It's gonna be hot. It's probably gonna be small. It's not gonna work.
Once again, I don't care. Why is he at an HBCU? If you feel like trolling, I got you. I got jokes too. Please come on in here. Matter of fact, send your kids to an HBCU. That's how you shut me up. Let's go here. Once again, if you want to pay big money for your kids to go to these schools that you deemed, will give your child another form of black experience away from white people, only to have them live in shipping containers, by all means.
Work out at all. When they say like a container, I imagine exactly what it is, a container. To be completely honest, I wasn't the most excited about it.
I wonder why.
We have built residence halls, but we have not built micro apartments from shipping containers. And so when we looked at the design, the initial designs given to us by Custom Container Living, it was difficult to understand what we were looking at and what the impact would be. What are the noise levels? Those were questions we had no answers to because we weren't familiar with this type of residential living. But coming to the rescue, like the Lone Ranger, was Custom Container Living, and they spent hours with Dr. Fredrickson and President Sims and I, and then ultimately certified and architects for Fisk to answer all of our questions, make us feel at ease and they certainly did that.
You can only imagine they had a lot of questions, so we spent a lot of time with them, working with them, answering questions, going over the layout, the designs. The communication is so important because there's so many moving pieces on a project this large, and working back and forth with the university. I mean, really, they were awesome.
Well, let's do this. Let's go to the comments first. Let's go to the comments. Look at this. This is wonderful to see this type of housing being explored on a college campus. Really glad to see an HBCU showing their students that this is a solution that they can take back to their homes when they graduate and build with too. This is the dumbest shit. Okay. Brilliant. These container dorm style micro apartments look fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. All right. So everyone's happy for this. Y'all got it, man. Y'all got it. Let's continue. Not my child.
Great job to Fisk and their staff because they knocked it out of the park with the communication.
We felt really, really good about the conversations we had with Robert, the product that we saw, the timeline. This allows us to continue the momentum, take some of the pressure off the aging infrastructure as we deal with certain deferred maintenance issues. And then it sort of became a no-brainer, and then it just became about how do we get it done.
The design that we chose hit all of the bells and whistles that our students said that they wanted they wanted an apartment style living, number one, and these containers absolutely hit that mark without question.
I think they're going to be pretty strong on the outside. We got to choose the finishes. They just kind of gave us colors, and we got to pick cabinets, colors of the walls, colors of the exterior cabinets, doors, finishes.
So there was 51 containers in all, and the production time was fairly quick once we got the process started. From start to finish, we're probably 6 months on the construction time, and then the design phase, probably another 60 to 90 days. What our main objective is, building the containers, delivering the containers, installing the containers. Our team had to work together to be able to coordinate transportation from Missouri to Nashville. We actually installed them in phases. So we installed the bottom half in phase 1, we installed the north side in phase 2, and then phase 3 was the south side.
So you didn't have money for trailer homes, but you had monies for shipping containers. I'm going to assume the shipping containers were cheaper than the trailer homes, because, you know, a lot of schools now do the modular trailer homes, right? I didn't know they were using shipping containers for okay. Once again, please send y'all's kids to these schools. That's how you shut me up.
Worked out really well. Every situation will be a little bit different on the space restrictions for staging them and stuff. But the logistic part of it is definitely an obstacle, but we've had a lot of experience. Our team is good at coordinating that. So just leave that up to us. We'll handle that and make sure it all works smoothly. Another piece of the puzzle that is really huge. I mean, that would be a general contractor that would handle all the site prep, the foundations, the utilities, all the grading, the sidewalks. And here at this project, we work with certified construction.
My role was out here in the field overseeing quality control, and safety.
I got the drawings and estimated the project, worked with Robert on coordinating the structural components, the utilities, worked on permitting, and we tore out the tennis court. We got the whole site to grade, put 36-inch diameter foundations all the way down to bedrock with steel plates in them to weld the containers to. We ran water, sewer, fire line, power.
That'd be too much
data,
like right.
Low voltage,
why would they ever use black
the
contractors?
Then we
I mean, it's Tennessee,
the stairs,
right?
The walkways, and we had to get creative. We had to coordinate laydown areas and deliveries. And once the containers showed up, Robert had everything stubbed out ready. All we had to do was make a connection.
I'm dying to see what this looks like on the inside.
You walk and you have these visions in your head of what things may look like, and finally there they are, these blue and gold containers with the beautiful stairs and sort of the setting around it. You have an image in your head of what that will look like, but it's extraordinary to see it come to fruition. And I think sort of a moment where you're like, wow, was pretty exhilarating.
When I FaceTimed my mom, she was like, oh my gosh, like it's so nice. They're basically in an apartment. And when my friends came over, she was like, this is basically my apartment in a container. So I really loved the layout, how spacious it was. That was definitely something that caught me off guard. I really did think it was going to be small, but it's a really nice size. I feel like a lot of people from seeing them would think that it's really hot on the inside, but at least my container is really cold. Like I'll be in a hoodie, some sweatpants, my blanket. So it really does hold the cold air really, really nicely. Once I learned about like tiny homes and container homes, I really liked them and wanted to live in them. So actually being able to live in a micro apartment senior year kind of solidified that I would live in a container home.
So when I first got into my container, I FaceTimed my family and friends.
When I first got into my container, listen to the speech being used here. Not when I got into my dorm, not when I got into my apartment. No, they say when I got into my container. What container? You guys are not sardines. You're not fish. You're not leftover food to be put into the refrigerator overnight. When I got into my container, does that even sound right to y'all? Language is everything. And you want me to send my kid? Okay, y'all got it, man.
And they were actually just as impressed as I was about how everything was organized on the inside, the structure of it, how spacious it was. It doesn't feel crowded, but you still can make it feel homey.
I say thank you to all of our employees. We couldn't do what we do without them. This project, they jumped right in and they're like, okay, let's figure this out. Let's tackle it and let's get these 51 containers built. And by the end of the 51, I think they could do it in their sleep. So they were awesome and they really performed and turned out an awesome project.
I think they turned out great. You got, I think just enough kitchen, just enough living room. You got a workspace, you got a bathroom. That's all I really needed as a student because I spent a lot of my time on campus. So I'll be able to come here and just kind of relax and spend some time on your own or, with your roommate. I think they're great.
I think it all came together real well. I do not recall actually having a glitch like we have on other jobs where it makes your heart skip a beat and you think, oh shit.
Yeah.
It fell together, man. It was piece by piece. I don't know how it could have been improved on.
I think it's great for Fisk, great for the community. There's been a ton of interest, people stopping by. What are those? What
can I see them?
Can I see them? Can I,
how much they rent for?
Once you kind of get an inside look at it and you kind of understand the process.
Okay, let's leave that here. Let's get back to this. So this is how Fisk solved their problem with their enrollment surge. How about having a cap, and once you fill your enrollment quota, stop taking more enrollment. Stop taking people's monies and not giving it back to them because you guys are overbooked. Stop that. Let's continue. Jackson State, a severe housing crunch pushed more than 380 JSU students to sign a petition after being abruptly shifted out of traditional campus housing without warning due to over-allocation. Demand was so high that Jackson State began leasing rooms at nearby hotels for hasty off-campus accommodations to ensure students had safe housing per Wilberforce. Shut up. Get out of here. This is the answer, huh? Okay. Is someone going to address this type of data? Let's continue. HBCUs are chronically underfunded. Federal officials say 16 states have collectively underfunded their HBCUs by an estimated $12 billion. Now, I remember who cut the funding? Oh my God, was it Trump or Biden? Who cut the funding and then reinstated the funding and only for the funding to be cut again? Don't worry, I got time. I'm going to be here for a minute. I got time. So you got the Swede at Fisk. Who had the housing crisis? Wait. Who had the housing crisis? They all have housing crisis, but where was it? Shatira, you said it. What was the school? What school was it? Even prison cells have a window. Even prison cells give you a window. Okay? Once again, I'm not here to change y'all's. This is more because I said some things about HBCUs and I think somebody got offended and try to come back with some stats about the positives about HBCUs. And I'm like, yeah, okay. All right. Okay, let me see. What was that school? Shatira, what was the school you said? Tuskegee. Okay, thank you. Let's see what the fuck they did. They took these kids' money. They didn't even give them back the refund for the housing department, for the housing refund, right? Tuskegee over. Oh, no. Housing issue. Okay. Tuskegee housing crisis primarily centers on an ongoing shortage of on-campus housing, a persistent issue driven by rising freshman enrollment, aging infrastructure, and limited off-campus options in the surrounding rural area. Okay. Right. And you want me to... Yeah, this sister broke it down. Let's listen to her run it back one more time. Come on. I got time.
University. Step to the front. Tuskegee University. Step to the front and explain this, please.
Let me tell you how Tuskegee is playing with these freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors about their housing. We have learned that it is 600 of us students that do not have housing at Tuskegee University.
Tuskegee University, what are we doing? I just received the email that they don't have housing for 1,000 people.
So every year we hear about colleges overselling and overbooking, like airlines and hotel rooms. But for you all to take deposits and say that freshmen have guaranteed housing, just to turn around and say, oh, we ran out of rooms, I don't know what you're going to do now, is unethical and it's negligent. So several students and families reached out to me this weekend because Tuskegee University has no housing for many freshmen that are entering in the fall of 2026. They got in March, they sent their housing deposit, filled out their application, and got an email yesterday and had a Zoom meeting about the fact that they may not have housing. I love how it says, dear beloved students. So basically...
Unfortunately, we are unable to assign you to a bed through the university at this time due to the reality that demand surpassed the limited supply. I apologize for this unavoidable inconvenience. Oh, this was totally avoidable. As I know this notice will create some anxiety as you prepare for the fall semester. We have finalized an agreement to secure additional beds off campus so that we can reassign upperclassmen who are currently assigned to a residence hall on campus apartments to either the Magnolia or Sanford Square. We will notify students prior to reassigning them as a courtesy. This transition will enable us to offer on-campus housing to approximately 140 additional freshmen. We will assign you freshmen based on the data at the time you submitted your application until we are at capacity. We expect to complete this phase of the assignment process within the next 2 weeks. I ask that you send an email to housing at such and such no later than Wednesday, June 11th, if you're desirous of continued education for a housing assignment. You got to be fucking kidding me. And you want me to send okay.
They accepted 3,177 students to occupy 2,549 beds. See, there's your problem right there. That math is awful. Tuskegee, if you got 3,177 applications and let them all in for 2,549 rooms and beds, what's the difference? What does that leave us with? Not enough rooms, not enough bed, 628 kids with no housing. So you know what their solution is?
No, sir. Unfortunately, I was called to the carpet because I tend to slander HBCUs. So we're talking about HBCUs only. We don't worry about the PWIs. Right, because let your people tell it. HBCUs is the way. So there's this narrative that sending your kids to HBCU is going to be a better overall experience for them when you have, an influx of white educators, white students, white everything. So what's the sense in sending your kid to the HBCU to get away from white folk when they're encroaching in those areas as well? But okay, let's continue.
They're going to take 140 or 150 upperclassmen, tell them that they have to get out the dorm, relocate them somewhere, and give about 140 and 150 students on-campus housing. from the 600 that currently don't have housing. Oh, and you can get an off-campus apartment if you can find one. Oh, and by the way, you're not getting your $500 back. That's their solution. You have to guarantee them housing or an alternative. You took their deposit. That's bad faith right there. And Tuskegee, unfortunately, does not have an ombudsman on payroll. According to my financial aid friends, the very people that you'd be complaining to are the people that put you in this situation. Even though I say, go to the trustees, go to the president, go complain to everybody, I would go to your other colleges. What other offers did you get that you turned down to go to this prestigious university? And tell them what's going on, and tell them your predicament, and see what they say. And get on Tuskegee in their behind and on their neck. This is, I have no words.
Okay, let's stop there. Now, this is the data they wanted to use. So let's go here. HBCUs increased the likelihood of black students earning a bachelor's degree by about 30% compared to similar non-HBCU institutions. They achieve higher graduation rates through smaller class sizes, culturally relevant curricula. So you get a hip-hop course, right? Taught by hip-hop guys that come and talk to you about hip-hop, and robust mentorship and environments free from racial isolation, which fosters a strong sense of belonging and academic drive. Okay, and this is the data y'all want to go with to make y'all's point as to why you should send your kids to an HBCU. Okay, let's go here. I'm a pretty fair guy. Let's see. The numbers don't lie. HBCUs are changing the college landscape. Okay. Let's see. All right. Among black students enrolled in four-year public institutions, about 46% complete their degrees in 6 years. This is the lowest rate compared to other races and ethnicities. African-American men have the lowest completion rate of 40%. 33% of white Americans 25 and older have at least a bachelor's degree compared to 19% of black Americans. Let that sink in. 33% of white Americans 25 and older have at least a bachelor's degree compared to 19% of black Americans. I got my own data for y'all, but let's continue. 72% of black students take on debt as they seek their degrees, as opposed to 56% of their white peers. Do you like my data that I'm presenting to y'all? Are you going to honor and respect my data? Yes? Okay. And while the number of African Americans enrolled in college has increased over the last few decades, going from 10% in 76 to 12.7 in 2019, African American enrollment at the nation's most elite colleges, often toting the biggest price tags, have remained mostly the same. Okay, so let's see here. Though HBCUs make up only 3% of the country's colleges and university, they enroll 10% of all African American students and produce almost 20% of all African American graduates. HBCUs actively work to address the financial obstacles black students face. Okay, on average, the cost of attendance an HBCU is 20% less than attending a comparable non-HBCU. Okay. 40% of HBCU students report feeling financially secure during college, as opposed to 29% of black students at other schools. Okay. Let's see. Oh, look here. 25% of African American graduates with STEM degrees come from HBCUs. 8 HBCUs were among the top 20 institutions to award the most science and engineering bachelor's degrees to black graduates from 2008 to 2012. Okay. Interesting. An HBCU graduate can expect to earn an additional $900,000 in their lifetime, which is 56% more than they could expect to earn without their HBCU degrees or certificates. This is a bit misleading. So I wonder what the money lifetime would be just based off having a degree versus not having a degree. Nonetheless. Okay. So is this enough to send your kids to HBCUs? Let's go here. Okay. Wait. Which president cut funding? I believe it was Biden that cut it, and Trump opened the floodgates, right? Which president cut funding for HBCUs. Who did that? Okay, Barack in 2009 proposed educational budget including cuts to supplemental federal funding that previously provided. And oh wow, so Barack made cuts to HBCUs. So the Obama administration's proposed education budget included cuts to supplemental federal funding that previously provided HBCUs with an extra $85 million. So why would I send my child to a school that's going to be purposely underfunded? Nonetheless, let's continue. So in 2025, Trump administration redirected $350 million in discretionary grants away from minority serving institutions like Hispanic serving institutions to fund other priorities, while shifting over $400 million in one-time investments specifically to HBCUs. Kind of hard to call them a racist now, right? Additionally, in 2026, Trump's anti-DEI policies led to the removal of graduation metrics in Louisiana that resulted in multi-million-dollar funding losses for state-level HBCUs. So now he's back on being a racist. Which one is it? I don't know. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Once again, you know how you shut me up? Send your kids to an HBCU. Why don't you do that? If it's the answer that y'all claim it is, send your kids down there. Let's see. The Department of Education will not award $350 million in discretionary grants to minority serving institutions. It called those grant programs unconstitutional despite being authorized by Congress. Okay, September 10th, 7 grant programs serving historically black colleges and universities and Hispanic serving institutions and tribal colleges and universities will soon lose their discretionary funding. The department will redisperse $132 million in mandatory funds for some grant programs benefiting minority serving institutions, but many institutions are expected to lose funding. Okay. Typically, these grants are only eligible for institutions that meet a student body enrollment threshold for different student demographic groups, such as Hispanic students. Okay. This woman said, "Oh, Linda McMahon, she's the education czar, right? She was appointed by Trump. She said discrimination based upon race or ethnicity has no place in the United States. To further our commitment to ending discrimination in all forms across federally supported programs, the Education Department will no longer award MSI grants that discriminate by restricting eligibility to institutions that meet government-mandated racial quotas." Huh. Interesting. And look here. Black institutions got the less amount of money. Strengthening Alaska Native and Native Hawaiian serving institutions, they got $25 million. Strengthening predominantly black institutions, they got $14 million. Minority science and engineering improvement, that's $16 million. Minority can mean anything at this point. Developing Hispanic serving institutions, $228 million. Okay. Right. Gotcha. Okay. Let's do this. Alumni donations for HBCUs versus other. But let's do PWIs. Let's do that. Okay, so now take it with a grain of salt. So first sentence is going to throw you off. HBCU alumni often boast high donation participation rates, sometimes exceeding the national average by up to 10%, but overall endowment sizes at HBCUs lag behind PWIs due to racial wealth gap, historical underfunding, and lower accumulated multi-generational wealth. So how come these black these black boomers, the older black Gen X, how come they don't come back and give monies to these institutions? How come they don't come back and help out? I'm just asking. While top PWIs benefit from massive compounding endowments built over centuries, HBCU alumni giving is vital to institutional survival, funding crucial academic and athletic needs. However, the average alumni gift size at HBCUs historically trails that of PWIs, placing a heavier reliance on major philanthropic investments and from figures like Mackenzie Scott, who famously gifted nearly $900 million to HBCUs and UNICEF. Okay, so we still need white people's help. Okay, let's go here. Let's go increasing alumni giving. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Okay. Oh, that's it. Oh, it's a booklet. Huh. Let's go here.
Telling you that whole conversation about AI and how it's going to impact the world of employment is very real, and it's happening fast, very fast.
Yeah, I wonder what the statistics are in terms of alumni giving between HBCUs and PWIs. I don't. Do you know the answer?
I don't know the answer to that today. I would have been able to give you some details, but I would just say it's not enough.
Okay. I think probably every university might say that about their alumni giving.
But the difference is for the white universities, particularly those that have large staffs, they have the resources to be able to dig deep and to be able to raise money in a very, I think, sophisticated manner in terms of their involvement with alumni, in terms of alumni engagement. That's something that we have been doing at Denison for the last, I'd say.
Oh, okay. We'll find the numbers. Not to worry. Let's go here. Let's go here. This should be good. Let's go here. The endowment gap is a story about power. Okay. Oh, this is going to be one of those long ass reads. At predominantly white institutions, Alumni Weekend is a performance of plenty, gala tickets, naming opportunities, and the kind of philanthropic scale that makes universities feel like private cities. At many historically black colleges and universities, Alumni Weekend is a performance of loyalty, of return, of obligation, of identity. Both can be generous, only one is consistently misunderstood. Huh. How long is this? I just want to pull up some numbers. "2023 brief by the Southern Regional Education Board reflecting on institutional advancement at HBCUs notes that alumni giving at HBCUs has hovered around 10% for the past few decades. Endowments per students at non-HBCUs are dramatically larger, 3 times larger for public institutions and 7 times larger for private institutions." Endowment size is not a vanity metric. It's a university shock absorber. It underwrites faculty lines, lab upgrades, emergency grants, mental health services, HVAC systems, and unglamorous maintenance that keeps old buildings from becoming liabilities. It's also a signal to other funders. Deep-pocketed donors and foundations often interpret a strong endowment as evidence of stability, professionalism, and capacity. For HBCUs, this has created a self-reinforcing loop, one built on historic underfunding and contemporary risk aversion. Okay, Brookings Institute has described HBCUs as chronically underfunded, pointing to state underinvestment, lower alumni contributions, linked to lower black incomes and wealth, and smaller endowments and interlocking chain rather than a single failure. Okay. I don't want to go through all this. But you see what's being said though, right? Let's see. So, Second Moral Act of 1890 focused on former Confederate states that failed to provide education to Black Americans and stated affirmatively that land-grant institutions would provide higher education for all races. Opposite congressional intent, states used federal and state funds to create and maintain predominantly white public institutions to the detriment of historically Black colleges. Tax dollars paid by Black Southern populations were used to fund educational opportunities and reinforce generational wealth building for white citizens. September 2023 letter noted a long-standing and ongoing underinvestment in the land-grant HBCUs such as Alabama A&M, University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. I remember what was that the HBO show back in the day with the gangs in Pine Bluff? I was like, oh no, and Pine Bluff is in the hood. But let's continue. Howard University is in the hood, but okay, let's continue. Florida A&M, Fort Valley, Kentucky State University, Southern University, University of Maryland, Eastern Shore, Alcorn, Lincoln University, North Carolina A&T, Langston, South Carolina State, Tennessee State, Prairie View A&M, Virginia State, West Virginia State, that disadvantages the students, faculty, and community that the institutions serve. Okay. Okay. Let's go here. The underfunding of Black land grant colleges and universities between fiscal years of 2011 and 2022 alone. Black land grant universities lost nearly $200 million in resources because states declined to provide matching funds while they fully funded their white land grant universities. So what's the workaround for this? So give me a solution to this problem. Okay, give me a solution to this problem. States have deprived HBCUs of an equitable distribution of funds, and land-grant HBCUs have not received the more than $13 billion they should have received in the last 3 decades or so, and funds that should have gone to HBCUs instead went to PWIs, equating to funding gaps upwards of $1 billion to $2 billion. Now, for all y'all that, say, Sly, you wrong, okay, give me the solution to fix the HBCUs, because this ain't cutting it. This ain't cutting it. This ain't cutting it. Banging in Little Rock. That's what it was. That shit was terrifying. I'm like, what? Little Rock? Right? Okay. Hey, once again, I'm just looking up stuff. Okay, let's go here. Mississippi Free Press. Okay, unfortunately, the increased spotlight has led to a slew of misinformation regarding the leadership, integrity, and supporters of these institutions. What we have is a cracked lens. People are seeing a distorted image of our HBCUs, and others are contributing to the disparaging messaging that has been echoed on social media platforms. The public is being miseducated. In an era where facts no longer outweigh opinions, these occurrences are dangerous for these sacred institutions and the people who work and attend them. Oh, okay. Okay. No grandiose hire can undo decades of disenfranchisement, underfunding, and the systemic allocation of resources. Okay. Evidence shows that HBCUs have been underfunded for decades, causing them to trail behind their predominantly white institutions in the resource department, where no one's denying that. But what's the workaround? What's the plan to fix it? HBCUs have an obvious value of institution over athletics and place the word student before athlete. Okay. Once again, give me the remedy for this problem. While alumni donations are low nationwide, it is a myth that HBCU alumni do not financially support their institutions. No one said they didn't. It's just they don't give a lot. 2019 national alumni giving rate was 8%. 2 years later, Forbes said it is 10%, exceeding the national average. Tuskegee, Claflin, Spelman, and Bennett have stellar alumni who give rates above 25%. Okay. Uh-oh. Let's see. Sports. No. I'm just asking questions, man. Give me the workaround. Give me the solutions to these problems. At yesterday's eventful, this was back in 2022, SWAC Media Day, he was making it seem as if HBCU alumni give back at lower rates than PWIs, and we're the reason why HBCUs are not growing fast enough with his rant about HBCU tradition. Factually, it's untrue and more to the story. Okay. Hey, man, I'm just asking questions for the workaround because I want solutions. I want solutions.
Hear me? 42. If you didn't hear me, $42 million.
Oh, thank you, white woman. Come on. Thank you, white woman.
Oh, I'll take that. I'll take that. Absolutely. This is an extraordinary investment, not only that represents the largest philanthropic gift in the history of ECSU, but it is also, and listen carefully, it is also the largest dollar per student enrolled gift of any HBCU in the country.
Once again, I thought black people, we all we got. Black people have no friends, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But as soon as they come with some money in hand, you'll take it. So this myth of blacks doing for self, for each other, the FUBU method, no. Once again, you do what y'all do with y'all children. Meaning me's not going to an HBCU. What's the problem? What is the problem? What's the problem? Because I don't see real value in sending my child to an HBCU. Why are people so offended when I say it? I don't understand. Yeah, send your kids to an HBCU. That's how you don't. Yeah, you know, that's how you shut me up. Like, okay, good for you. Don't worry about what I do with mine. I'm not understanding. I'm not truly understanding at all. I'm not understanding at all. Okay, anything else? Anything else? Are we done with this? Because I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I could have swore the HBCUs were created for the slave masters' mixed kids. But what do I know? Okay. All right. Let's keep it going. Oh, I've been on this thing for an hour. Jeez. That was way too long. Way too long to go on there. Okay. Stephen A. Smith. Let's get to the sports, man. Who, buddy? Stephen A. Smith. Where is it at? I know I sent it to myself. Here we go. No, I want it on Twitter. I want Twitter. I want the Twitter version. I'll tell you what. Yeah, who wants to see a bunch? I get it. The NBA is going global, but I don't think a bunch of European and white players is the way. Nah, son. I think over time that's not going to be the move to make. Nobody wants to see a bunch of. And I agree with Stephen A. Hold up. Let's go here. Everybody knows the best competitions that bring the most money, the most people is black versus white. That will never change. I don't think two lily white basketball teams competing for the NBA championship will ever bring us. Listen, the NBA didn't take off until what happened? Boston versus LA. Because you had the poor whites versus the flashy niggas. The poor white downtrodden, hardworking, 60-hour work weeks in Boston, right? Being crane operators and shit versus niggas in LA wearing fur coats. Black versus white will always be the biggest draw in sports. I don't care what sporting event it is. Nobody wants to see all white. Nobody. If that were the case, you wouldn't try to bring in the blacks into y'all sporting events to begin with. Listen, white folk measure how good they are if they can beat the blacks. That's it. That's all. The blacks are always going to be the physical standard of excellence, bar none. And I'll take it one step further. Black Americans are the physical standard to which all aspire to either achieve or rate their greatness if they can beat them. Okay? Let's go. I'm with Stephen A. with this. Who the hell wants to... Let's go. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I just got to say it, y'all.
Yes, come on.
Where the hell the Los Angeles Lakers think they going with a bunch of white dudes?
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody had to say it, so I'm saying it. Your 3 top players are white dudes? Really? This ain't golf. This ain't baseball. Hell, it ain't even soccer. And we got a whole bunch of brothers on Team USA. What y'all think this is? This is basketball. This is basketball. In NBA history, when have you seen your 3 most prominent players on a basketball team all be white? And that takes you to the promised land. Somebody got to say it, so I'm saying it. Sorry to the leadership of SiriusXM, Eric Spitz, Steve Torrey, Mad Dog Russo. Sorry if it makes y'all uncomfortable. Love y'all. Y'all know that. But damn it, I'm a brother. Yo, this is basketball. I'm not complaining. I'm simply making the point. Ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Lakers, Tinseltown, a place where everybody from Wilt and Kareem and Shaq and Magic and Kobe.
Yeah.
Yes, Jerry West before them. Yes, George Mikan before the aforementioned centers.
Nobody was thinking about them white boys back then because they weren't playing the niggas. But come on.
But this is the Lakers. This is Southern California. This is La La. This is LA, baby. This ain't Utah. And even in Utah, when you had Stockton, you had Malone. Even when you had Hornacek and Stockton, you still had Malone.
The best Indiana basketball teams usually had what? We can go back to Bobby Knight and even pre-Bobby Knight, because you know Indiana Hoosiers is all pretty much lily white boys, right? Country white boys, until they got some brothers on their teams. They became competitive. But you know what? Let's continue.
Even when you had the 7'4" Eaton, you still had Malone and Byron Russell. I mean, what's up? Somebody got to say it, so I'm saying it. You ain't going anywhere. Being led by 3 white dudes in today's generation of basketball. I'm letting you know right now, it ain't happening. And Luka's a bad brother. And Austin Reeves is no scrub. And they both have earned what they have earned. And then with LeBron James or some other brothers I get. But those 2 and Walker Kessler? You ain't scaring anybody with that?
No.
I'm just saying. This is the year 2026. And I understand this insatiable appetite for people to veer away from having everything be about the brothers and sisters. We know the kind of climate we living in. And
hey, ain't the WWE going through this right now? The WWE is going through this right now. They got the best talent is all the brothers and sisters, and they still trying to push these old ass dudes, old ass Brock, you know what I'm saying? Old ass Gunther. You got all this black talent just sitting, waiting in the wings to take WWE to the next level. And Triple H is like, nah, we can't. We gonna ride it out with these old white dudes. But okay, come on, let's go.
I ain't gonna go there. But I'm just saying, this is basketball. That ain't scaring anybody. Luka gonna get his. He gonna average his 30 to 35. We know that. Austin Reeves is no scrub. We know that. But you think they scaring any of the fellas?
Nah.
I promise you that what I just brought up, the fellas in the NBA are talking about right now.
Yeah.
That's supposed to move us? Luka, Austin Reeves, and Walker Kessler. This is the Los Angeles Lakers that we are talking about here. And Rob Pelinka has done made this white dude central. Now, I ain't mad. None of them are scrubs. Luka and Austin can ball. They deserve their money. I respect the hell out of both of them. And I know Luka ain't from America, but damn it, he's still white. I'm just saying. This is a league dominated by a bunch of brothers. When's the last time we seen 3 white prominent dudes lead you to the promised land in the NBA?
I can't recall. Is he wrong? Uh-oh.
Can we talk basketball? Because that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking basketball.
Stephen A., nobody had to say that dumb stuff. Nobody had to say that.
People want to get at me because of what I said, and there's this whole brouhaha going on because racism and racist comes into play because I pointed out about the Lakers being led by 3 white dudes and how that ain't going to cut it. That ain't going to win you a championship. When's the last time a team led by 3 white dudes won a championship? And obviously there's a lot of people out there saying that I should not have said what I said, and they call it racist and all of this other stuff. I don't want to hear that. I'm not backing up one bit.
Okay.
This is about basketball.
Okay.
Can we talk basketball?
Okay. I'm loving the energy from Stephen A. Let's see what everybody... Stephen A. done kicked it off.
You already know what they was on. They said, what if we said that about y'all?
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah,
that was their immediate response.
Yeah.
Stephen A., that you wild.
Yeah, he wildin'.
You our guy. We gotta call you wildin', bro.
Yeah, that's inciting too much riots,
niggas would have been tight if they would have been like.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to go back. So let's go in the Wayback Machine. Jimmy the Greek. What did Jimmy the Greek say about the blacks? What did Jimmy the Greek say about the blacks? What did Jimmy the Greek say about the blacks?
In professional sports. The story from Jackie Judd.
Within 24 hours of having made the inflammatory remarks, Snyder was fired.
CBS Sports today ended its relationship with Jimmy the Greek Snyder.
The popular betting man sportscaster got himself into trouble during a lunchtime interview about the significance of Martin Luther King's birthday. He said that blacks were bred to be superior athletes.
Once again, Black Americans are the physical standard. Will always be the physical standard. That will never change. You can make a case for Africans down the road, but as of right now, it's always been Black Americans. Always, always, always. Let's continue.
The slave owner would breed his big black to his big woman so that he could have a big black kid, see?
And Snyder said that's why blacks excel over whites in sports.
The black is a better athlete to begin with because he's been bred to be that way, because of his high thighs and big thighs that goes up into his back.
Snyder went on, saying there's not much room left for, quote, the white guys in sports, except for a couple of coaching jobs. His dismissal seemed inevitable, given the widespread coverage and criticism.
I think his remarks fall into 2 categories. Category 1 is that they were racist, and Category 2, they were stupid.
Civil rights leader and presidential candidate Jesse Jackson placed a call to Snyder today, seemed to accept his apology with qualification.
I mean, do we need to bring up Jack Johnson? How many great white hopes did Jack Johnson have to put down time and time again? Right? This man was fighting 15-round fights, 20-round fights, 30-round fights. Insane. Which would be deemed illegal in today's, boxing standards. But Jack Johnson, they just were looking for white dudes. Joe Louis, when Max Schmeling beat an old beat up Joe Louis, some white folks like, you couldn't tell white folks shit. Right? Okay. Let's continue.
Should not be marred by one error, but it's an error that must be addressed.
Even former colleague Brent Musburger found Snyder's public comments astonishing.
I don't think the network was left with any choice in the matter. I don't think the network fired him. I think he fired himself.
Okay. Stephen A. said nothing wrong. I'm with Stephen A. Let's go and see. Let's go with let's see what other people are saying. Like listen, Stephen A. knows how to get the crowd moving. He knows how to get the crowd moving.
Him. So I want to just, and I didn't see everything Stephen A. said about the fact that the Lakers are going to be the first team in 40 years to have their best 3 players be white dudes. But I'm telling you right now, while everyone's annihilating him for it, that occurred to all of you as well. Everyone's like, how could he say this? It's like, everybody had a similar reaction when we saw the picture of the Lakers' big 3, and it's Luka, Austin, and Walker Kessler.
Luka's a spicy one, though. He's a spicy one.
Right, no, I get it. He's Eastern European. It's not American. And this Mamu Shadashvili guy, he's Eastern European, too. He looks like a John Wick villain. I understand all that. My only point is, people who want to go after Stephen A. are using this as an opportunity, pretending like that hadn't even occurred to me. Yes, it had. I'm not saying it means they won't. I'm not going as far as to say it means they're going to be bad or anything. I am saying he wasn't the only person to be like, oh, well, when's the and I even did, when I saw the Walker Kessler deal, my own thing in my head where I was like, gosh, what is the last time a team's 3 best guys were white dudes? And I was like, even the Celtics in the 80s with Bird and McHale, they always had Parrish.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3 of their 4 best at times, whether it was Ainge or Bill Walton. But it's been a while. So, again, there's plenty of stuff you want to go after Stephen A. It's fair game. And again, also, I didn't watch the podcast or listen to the clip, but I saw the little synopsis of it. I was like, come on. He's not the only person that thought that. With that said, they are asking a lot of Luka. I love Luka. I believe in Luka. We'll see if he can deliver. But it is to trade away all your future picks and to just be locked in to long-term Walker, Kessler, Austin Reeves, and not like Colin Sexton's not to me a value additive NBA player.
Listen, who the hell wants to watch the? Oh my God! Nobody wants to do that shit, man. Nobody wants to watch that. I'm sorry. Let me see. Let's go here. Like he's kicked off a firestorm. Let's go.
Let me ask you this. This is a real conversation.
It's just saying, that was the last time.
Look at that starting lineup.
That was the last time.
Yeah, Luka can't spell defense.
That's an all academic team. And fucking, I don't know what fucking school.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. That's just. If you walk on the court, it's nasty. Let's be honest.
It's not intimidating.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. This is nothing against white basketball players. Like, this is nothing against that. Like, I have nothing.
Good guys.
I have a lot of good white friends. Like, this is nothing against white basketball players. But when we stepped on the court as basketball players at AAU, and we looked over there and we saw that, I'm about to barbecue you. I'm about to kill you. But on the flip side of it, though, you go out there and mess around. They will kick your ass through those.
No, that motherfucker gonna pass.
Screen,
backdoor your ass, lay your ass.
Shooting threes.
Shooting threes.
Hey,
those the worst
tired
teams.
as don't know what.
They were the worst teams to play at AAU.
They was the worst teams.
They were, I ain't gonna lie.
This is not
the worst team to play.
This is not AAU.
Well, it's like pulling up against Iowa or Wisconsin.
BA.
Okay.
This is the NBA. That's a tough lineup.
For the Lakers?
That could possibly be on the court at the same time.
Like, yeah.
It's going to be on the court at the same time.
That's nasty. That's nasty.
Now, let me play devil's advocate right now.
There's nothing you can say to me that's going to make me say that's not nasty.
If it wasn't Stephen A. Smith, it was the dude. Who's the dude that
Nick Wright?
is right? Nick Wright. Nick Wright says the same thing, but about blacks. Are y'all gonna look at him different?
It'll be a dumbass comment.
Because it's a black league.
Okay, but let's say he said it about golf.
Yeah.
If he said it about golf,
is it cool with Stephen A? I know we be joking around, but I mean, like, if you let's get serious for a second. Is that cool though? Y'all cool with that?
Is it cool?
It's funny.
It's funny. But if somebody said that about the blacks, is that funny?
I would laugh. I think it's funny. I wouldn't take it personal as long as he don't say.
All right, I got it.
Say the wrong word.
The writer
you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Will you tune in to see the Lakers? Would you tune in to watch the Lakers? Me personally, I would not. I'll tell you who I would tune in to see though. LeBron if you go to the Knicks. I would listen if LeBron go to the Knicks. I would watch every game. I would watch every game. I would not waste my time watching Mayo Lakers. They can be the most fundamentally sound, crisp passing, crisp shooting, just, basketball oriented team. I'm not watching that shit. I'm not. What sports do I watch? Like on a frequent basis. I watch F1. I occasionally watch tennis. Of course, it's football, baseball. I watch MMA. I watch wrestling, the Greco-Roman wrestling. And I watch college softball, right? And all those sports is a hodgepodge, is a mixture. There's no lily white. I'm not watching no lily white Lakers team. That shit just sounds like a chicken with no seasoning. Like, Larry Bird is not Larry Bird without Magic Johnson to play against. Let that sink in. Larry Bird's probably the greatest, one of the greatest shooters, probably the best white boy to ever play basketball. Yeah, I feel good saying Larry Bird is probably the best white basketball player ever. I take him over Jerry West. I take him over Luka. I take him over Dirk Nowitzki. I take Larry Bird 10 times out of 10 if I can only have one white dude to go into a shootout, a basketball shootout. I'll take Larry Bird every time. A healthy Larry Bird. Larry Bird is not Larry Bird without a Magic Johnson. And it's not just a Magic Johnson. Larry Bird is not Larry Bird without a black competitor. Okay? Larry Bird, in a lot of our eyes, is not given the respect without having a black competitor. That's it, that's all. That's it, that's all. They call him Larry Legend. What did he say? He said something about blacks. The only black man that could guard me is my shadow. Who talks like this? Without the black standard, without the black excellence to measure yourself up to or against, you don't exist until you either meet that standard or beat the standard. Okay? So let me run this back to Stephen A. And then we'll get to LeBron. So let's go here.
But your three top players. We haven't seen that in the modern era in the NBA. Am I lying? On the same team. Am I lying? Why are we not asking ourselves that? Am I lying? Don't give me all of this. We talking basketball. I didn't sit up there and say that white cats can't play. I didn't sit up there and say they don't deserve an opportunity. We're going to compare it. We're going to bring up race. Excuse me. We're bringing up basketball history. That's what we're bringing up. You can't compare.
Okay, let's go baseball real quick. The greatest home run season chase is between who? I think for me, the greatest era will be the steroids era. But the greatest one season home run chase was between who? Between Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa. Do you remember how, no matter what program you were watching on TV, every time McGwire was up to bat, they would cut to a live news feed to watch his at bat. I don't care what program you were watching. Every time Sammy Sosa came up to bat, they would cut to a live feed. You could be watching a goddamn rom-com, a horror flick, action flick, sci-fi flick. They would cut that program and go to a live feed to watch these guys at bat. And every pitch, you held your breath. And with every swing, you're like, every time you saw that, every swing they took, it was just like, is this it? Is this it? The greatest era in baseball ever. Because you had one black and Dominican, but still, nonetheless, and you had one white. Okay? We are the standard. We'll always continue to be the standard. Now you can bring in your European NBA. Y'all let them have that stupid ass Euro step. Over time, the views will decline. If you try to turn it into the all white boy NBA, nobody wants to watch that shit. Not even white people. Not even white people want to see. Hey, can they beat the niggas? Where the niggas? I want to see them play the niggas. Come on.
Something like this to being racist or whatever in terms of black folks. What if this had been said about black folks? Well, when we lamented it about black folks, it's because black folks weren't being given the opportunity to compete. Baseball was segregated in 1947.
Okay, you say, you know how many non-traditional NBA fans will tune in to replace your eyeballs? I haven't watched this much soccer in my life. Lakers are marketing. Okay, you're talking about what does this have to do with soccer? And the only reason you're watching this much soccer is because it's on American streaming channels and stuff like that. Even from 12 years ago when it was in the States. This ain't the first time the World Cup has been here in the States. Okay? USA will still not take to soccer the way you it's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. Once again, I stand affirmed that the majority of white folk don't want an all-white NBA. The majority of white folk don't want an all-white NFL. They don't want an all-white MLB. They don't. But we'll see in about 10 years, I guess. We'll see.
You had to have a secret game at Duke University decades ago just to help integrate the sport of basketball. See, people being denied the opportunity to compete is entirely different than people never denied the opportunity to compete. You go out there, you showcase your skill set, and we take facts into account and say, yo.
Well, okay, I like his point. At one point, the NBA was pretty much all white until they bought out the ABA. The ABA had the brothers, had the ballers, had the best players. And nobody was watching the NBA. They were watching the ABA. Nobody's watching Major League Baseball. They were watching the Negro Leagues. Stop this. Please stop this. Stop. Nobody wants to watch a bunch of white Europeans play basketball against other bunch of white Europeans. That shit's going to be so fucking boring. But you got it, man. You want an all-white three-point shootout? You want an all-white slam dunk contest? You want an all-white skills contest? Okay, like I said, we'll see in about 10 years where the numbers are at. But let's continue.
This is what the facts show from an historical perspective. We're talking sports. That's it. We're talking sports. We're talking the game of basketball. We ain't talking boxing like there was a white heavyweight champion or welterweight champion or light heavyweight champion. We're not talking tennis. We're not talking golf. We're not talking football. We're not talking the UFC. We're not talking any of these things. But in the sport of basketball.
And it's funny that he mentioned boxing because some people run around here like Tyson Fury is the greatest thing. Usyk is the greatest thing. Usyk and Tyson Fury wouldn't. Oh my God, the Holmes era, the Lennox Lewis era. Those old great heavyweights. Them Europeans wouldn't last 5 rounds against George Foreman, Ali, Spinks, Holmes. Give me some. You know what I'm saying? Ken Norton Sr. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, man?
It is an extreme aberration to see any NBA franchise invest the bulk of its money, its cachet, its trust in 3 white dudes leading the charge. If all of them were Luka, that would be different. Of course they could win. If all of them were Dirk or Bird or Nash or Stockton or Jerry West, of course they could win. Austin Reeves is a damn good player. He deserved his bag. I said it before. When it happened, 4 years, $185 million. I'm saying it again. He deserved his bag. But he ain't scaring anybody on the defensive end of the floor. Luka Doncic is all world. Can drop a 40-piece anytime he wants to. Conditioning, durability, and defensive prowess. Those are the questions about him.
Yeah.
Kessler, he's 7'2". He's a rim protector. 14-10. Can play. Was considered one of the 2 A-list centers on the market. Him and Jalen Durham out of Detroit. But he's got a ways to go, but tremendous upside. Have you seen Oklahoma City? Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren were on that squad. But ain't it Shea Butters' team? Shea Gilgeous-Alexander? We all know who the man is in San Antonio. It's Wemby. And oh, by the way, let's not forget Dylan Harper. Minnesota, we know it's Ant-Man. Golden State, we know it's Steph Curry. In Houston, it's not Shagun, even though he can ball, it's KD. With the Clippers, it was Kawhi before he went to Toronto. In Boston, it was Tatum and Brown, now it's Tatum. In Philadelphia, it was Maxey and Embiid, now it's Jaylen Brown. In Orlando, it's Banchero. Now, of course, you got cats that can play. Cooper Flag is a stud and a star.
Yeah, that's true.
He's going to be a superstar. I call him Super Flag, not Cooper Flag. Con Knipple shot the living hell out of me. I didn't expect him to be this good, but damn, he's impressive. They ain't on the same team. I'm not implying that if you put superstar white players on a team that they can't win. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we haven't seen an NBA team in the modern era, in the last half century, maybe ever, whose 3 top players were white.
You know why people will watch this? To see how they compete against the blacks. The only reason people will watch an all-white Laker team is to see how they compete against the blacks, not against other white teams. Nobody will watch for that. How do they do against the blacks? That's it. That's all.
Going up against what you got to go up against in the National Basketball Association. That is what I said. I'm not taking that back.
Don't take it back.
Support it.
Yeah.
I'm not backing up one bit.
Don't do it.
This is basketball history.
Yeah, don't do it, man. Stand firm, sir. Stand firm. See what I'm saying? You see why you can't with these people online? Okay. Okay. Once again, if they don't win a championship with an all-white team, does that make him right? Does that end the discussion? Look at this. ESPN supports racist Stephen A. Smith. He hates white people, and ESPN supports it. Wow. We think what would happen if a white commentator said that 3 black men shouldn't be the star player? Man, y'all don't even want black quarterbacks. You white folk don't even want black quarterbacks. The idea of a black quarterback still offends people. Matter of fact, the idea of a black quarterback offends people so much, they say, you know what, let's give us biracial quarterbacks. Give us a Patrick Mahomes. We'll make him the face of the league. It can't be no dark-skinned guy. No dark-skinned guy. We're still in that. We're still having these conversations in the NFL. Are blacks smart enough to be quarterbacks? Okay. This is a lot of projection. A lot of projection here. I'm here for it. But this is a lot of projection. Okay. Let's go here. Now, listen. I want this to happen. The peasants are upset. Now, why would the peasants be upset at LeBron going to the Knicks? How about we do this? Let me just ask the question and put it out there. Why are the peasants upset at the idea of LeBron going to the Knicks? I hope this happens. I want this to happen. Why are the peasants upset about the Knicks entertaining LeBron James? What's the problem? What is the problem? What's the problem?
We've got some major breaking news, Knicks fans. That's why you subscribe and follow. Well, reports are coming out from Jake Fisher that the New York Knicks are showing interest in LeBron James. Could the Knicks actually sign LeBron James in NBA free agency? I'll be honest with you, I'm conflicted on this because...
Okay, once again, this is peasants talking. I'm going to let the peasant talk, Then we're gonna talk like kings and businessmen. So let's continue. So let's let the peasants lay out their argument.
You could be getting a player on the veteran minimum that literally makes you the best roster in the NBA. On the other hand, I remember 2010, and I remember LeBron James choosing not to play with the New York Knicks. I remember LeBron James flipping the water bottle on the sideline with the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I don't know if I want LeBron James to be a part of the story when the New York Knicks go back to back.
Okay, this is how peasants think and how peasants talk. Let guys like him and his ilk have the bread and circus. Now let's put on our business caps. Okay, let's put on our critical thinking kufis, our critical thinking bonnets, critical thinking do-rags. This will be the greatest thing in basketball since I don't know when. Wherever LeBron goes is a circus. Do you know how much money the Knicks will make if LeBron goes to the Knicks? Who cares about winning a championship? How much money is he going to generate for us? We're going to get all the primetime games on ESPN. Do you understand? Every home game will be a fucking event. That's why you don't listen to peasants. Every home game will be a goddamn F1 event with LeBron at the Knicks. Are you kidding me? Why would you not want this? Don't you like to be entertained? You claim you want to be entertained? Well, let the league entertain you. And what in the world could possibly be more entertaining than LeBron going to the fucking Knicks? That's why we don't listen to peasants. That's why we don't debate peasants. We don't debate peasants. Peasants are down there or up there in the nosebleeds. We're in the skybox, people. I can't hear them. We can't hear the peasants. I don't like this. I don't like. We don't concern our affairs with peasants. This is peasant talk. This would be the greatest sports movement pivot. The shenanigans alone. LeBron in New York. Nigga, what? We almost had Kobe in Chicago. Remember that? Remember when we almost had Kobe in Chicago? Remember, we almost had Kobe in Chicago. I don't think y'all understand. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. You want LeBron to go to the... You will watch every game, and so would I. And with LeBron on the Knicks, they instantly become the best team in the league. And guess what? Guess what? You want to see LeBron and the Knicks take on the all-white Lakers. Y'all don't hear me, though. Please stop thinking like peasants. Think like business people. The amount of billions the Knicks would generate, not just next year, but for years to come. All the documentaries, all the behind the scenes programs that will be made because of LeBron going to the Knicks down the road, all the ancillary monies to be made on streaming. Are you fucking kidding me? Why would you not want this? I know why, because you're a peasant. Only peasants. I don't want LeBron on my team. I don't want him to ruin the story of the Knicks. That's peasant talk. That's peasant talk. Yeah. We were this close to having Kobe in Chicago. This is insane. Listen, LeBron going anywhere don't pop like New York. LeBron's not stupid. He's still the biggest star in the NBA. Okay? You think he lasted this long to go to fucking, what'd you say, to Phoenix or Detroit? Sir, this man's a brand. And the only brand he hasn't been on the spotlight is New York City. There's no bigger media spotlight, sports spotlight than New York City. Second is LA. They're a close second. It's debatable between LA and New York. Nonetheless, he understands. I know he understands the brand would through the roof. Through the roof. Everybody's going to make billions off of him going to the Knicks. I pray it happens. I don't care if it's just 1 year, 2 years. Please get this man whatever he wants to join the Knicks. I don't care if he comes off the bench. I don't care if he's an instant starter. Just LeBron, just him being on the team. The LeBron jersey sales. Shut up talking to me if you disagree. Then this is not talk for you. Go to the other channels where they engage in peasant talk. I don't talk to peasants. I don't want you in my presence. You, peasants, you. You're too close. Why are you in proximity to me? You, Phoebe, you. Get away from me. Okay. This is peasants talking.
But I got to be honest, if they sign him, they'll be a much better basketball team.
I'm not thinking about the wins and losses. I'm thinking about the money's being generated. That's where I'm at with mine. How much money do you think we can make in projected revenue? Every home game will be televised. Every home game. Every home game will take top billing over any and everybody. Okay? This is insane. I want this to happen. I want this to happen. Please make this happen. Please let this happen. All right. James is open to all pitches during the free agency. Would be willing to accept a minimum contract to play for a contender. Wow. In 23 years, he has earned $581 million in salary alone, making him the highest earning player in league history. Yeah, this is a no-brainer, man. Oh, look here. What did I just say? James is in talks to document the entire upcoming season through a documentary or episodic series. Did I not just say the monies they would make ancillary? Listen, I need some Arabs from Saudi Arabia to cut me a check, man. Whatever the fuck you want me to say. Please, if you're somebody in Dubai is watching me right now and you know some sheikhs, tell them get at me, man. Listen, I'm not greedy. I just want my worth. Cut me a check and just watch me and let me fly. Being able to pitch to streaming services a series that follows his potential retirement tour around towards a possible championship run in New York will make up any salary difference and more than he's given up. Please let some Saudi sheikh, Turkey, come holla at me, man. Holla at me. Get me while I'm cheap. He could slide into the starting lineup in place of Josh Hart and even play some small ball center minutes. Even if you had him coming off the bench. Oh my God. Whew. Okay. Career low 33 minutes per game this season. He notched a shade under 21 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds. This man is 41 years old with these stat lines. What are you talking about, man? Right? Yeah, Luka and Austin were nowhere to be found, and LeBron had to backpack and put him on their back, right? And you're going back to Mike Jones or Mike Brown. Now, I don't understand why people are mad because he rebuffed New York for Miami. Listen, I think the Miami LeBron is probably the best. The best. I mean, once again, we all got the shot, the alley-oop to D Wade, man. Listen, I think that Miami LeBron, oh my God, that was the right move. New York was nowhere near ready to win. They were no position to win. Let me find that LeBron. Everybody has this picture, man. That Miami LeBron with D Wade. Come on, man. Let's not do this. Oh my God, this was it, man. This is the picture. This is it. This was it. Bruh. Oh, come on. So we're not going to load up? Okay. I'll get you up out here. You don't want to load. This was it. This was it. Who the hell is mad at for LeBron for going to Miami? Club Fortune, thank you for the 5. Incorrect slide. LeBron to Golden State. Him, Steph, and Draymond is way more profitable. California profitability. New York is profitable. Ooh, I disagree. Or if we're talking just strictly sports media and the opportunities afforded to him and a bigger spotlight, there's no bigger spotlight than New York. I highly disagree. I wouldn't be mad if he went to Golden State, but it's going to be nowhere near the level of intensity and scrutiny, but just overall awareness than New York. New York is the biggest spotlight platform, sports marketing media, hands down. No. He would generate more monies off his brand in New York than he would with in San Francisco. It's not even close. I pray they get this done, man. Yeah, if he goes to New York and they do back to back and they repeat, yeah, these young cats are gonna instantly crown him the GOAT over Jordan. That's insane, man. In the Knicks jersey, shit. Okay, they got access to 2.4 minimum exception. This could allow them to add James without exceeding the second apron. Okay. If the veteran minimum is enough for James, the Knicks would have to beat out other star-studded teams to attract former. Man, there's no bigger stage than New York. Okay, the Warriors could offer him $15.1 million non-taxpayer mid-level exception. It's not about the money at this point. He'll make more money going to New York. He'll make way more money going to New York. All right. Jarness says, James is not expected to make a financially driven decision. And they lost Mitchell Robinson. You would have to bring in LeBron. It would help to bring in LeBron to replace Mitchell leaving. Come on, man. LeBron and Jalen Brunson on the same floor. Ooh, buddy, come on. Let's think about it now. Think about it. And listen, I'm not mad if he went to Golden State, but I'm just talking just sheer media frenzy, media bonanza. Every home game at Madison Square Garden would be a whole event. It would be a rock concert every home game. Every home game. Every home game. I'm here for it. Please let this happen. Please let this happen. All right. Man, I've been on for an hour and 44 minutes. I've been going. This time is really flying by. Let's go here. Have you noticed a difference in time? They turned off CERN, and people are reporting that they feel better. They have more time in a day. CERN has been turned off until 2030. Excuse me. CERN shut down. CERN has been shut down until 2030. And 2030, I've been told, is a lot. Is going to happen in 2030. There's no such thing as a coincidence, y'all. No such thing as a coincidence.
Science experiment in the world to build something. They're shutting down the biggest science experiment in the world to build something even cooler. Right here in Switzerland, there's a huge tunnel, 100 meters underground and 27 kilometers long. And inside that tunnel is a long blue tube. And inside that tube, they put two pipes that they keep colder and emptier than outer space. And down those pipes, they fire particles smaller than atoms in opposite directions, pushing them faster and faster until when they're almost going the speed of light, they finally smash together. And out of that collision comes energy. And we know that energy and mass are related. So sometimes that energy can turn into physical mass, like rare or unknown particles, like the Higgs boson, which they discovered in 2012. But right now, we only see the Higgs boson in about 1 in a billion collisions. So we need more collisions. So scientists are upgrading this machine with stronger magnets that push the particles closer together and new tech to better align them, increasing the number of collisions by a factor of 10. And it should be ready in 2030. But how do they get those tiny little particles to actually hit
we know
each
how it
other
works,
to
man.
see
I
that?
thought you were just talking about the shutdown. We know how it works. So let's just go here. We know how it works, but thank you.
June the 29th, 6 a.m., we switch off the Large Hadron Collider for 4 years. We're replacing about 1.2 kilometers of the 27-kilometer ring with the high luminosity LHC magnets. This will give us a machine that's 10 times brighter than the Large Hadron Collider, 10 times more data. So it really is an opportunity to explore the universe in a way we haven't.
This is the small one. They're building the bigger one. This is the small one that they're shutting down. But let's continue.
Haven't done before. And what that does is when the particles come around and then we bend them towards each other, if you make the bunches of protons smaller and smaller, you get many, many more collisions. You concentrate everything in the same place. That's what these super high field magnets are doing. Installing this is a massive task. It's by far the biggest thing that CERN has done for the last 20 years. And what we're doing here in this building is this is a test string. We're testing the technology, and it's much easier to test it here rather than in the confined spaces of the LHC tunnel. And we've already learned some really critical information about some of the design of this. We've updated the design based on our tests. And it's amazing to be here today that this is now operating, it's at its operating temperature of 1.9 Kelvin. So this is a superconducting liquid helium system operating at 1.9 Kelvin. That was a massive milestone for us in this project. So we're now confident that when we go underground and start installing the high luminosity Large Hadron Collider, we will be successful. We know what we're doing. We've tested the installation procedures here.
So basically, they'll smash particles together to open portals. It's been reported for years that things have come in from the other side. And so that's not nothing new. Let me go to Twitter. I can find some stuff on Twitter. Hold on. But yeah, they've been reporting for years things have come off from the other side because they keep opening holes and shit like that. Like what's it called? Project Arrowhead in the movie The Mist in the Stephen King universe. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's go here. So, After CERN shut down the Large Hadron Collider on June 29 for a 4-year pause, identical posts suddenly started appearing. The days feel long again, like they did in childhood. Yesterday felt like it lasted forever. I went to bed at 9 p.m. and slept like a rock. Some people are saying they're having vivid dreams again. Others say smells have become richer and that their anxiety disappeared for no reason. Time has stopped flying by and it seems to have returned to its old calmer rhythm. Okay, conspiracy circles have long claimed that the collider doesn't just accelerate particles, it supposedly opens portals, shifts timelines, and creates glitches in reality, the Mandela effect, accelerated time, and the feeling that someone pressed fast forward on all of this is so fucking true. So true. Because I can recall a conversation with the wife. I'm like, damn, it just felt like I really just got back up. Like, the time just flies by. Okay. All right, we'll see. We shall see.
Terrifying news. CERN is shutting down next week, and people are starting to panic. On June 29th, CERN's Large Hadron Collider is scheduled to shut down until 2030, and people are starting to notice a pattern. CERN first fired up in the year 2008. Within days, Wall Street collapsed, and the world was thrown into the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. Then, CERN entered its first major shutdown in 2013. Within 24 hours, a massive meteor exploded over Russia in one of the most powerful impacts in modern history. Then CERN entered its second long shutdown from 2018 to 2022. And what happened during that window? A global pandemic, worldwide lockdowns, supply chain chaos, economic meltdown, political unrest, and a world that never went back to normal. Now CERN is shutting down again, this time until 2030, as AI explodes, as wars escalate, as governments push digital IDs, as America approaches its 250th birthday, and as CERN prepares an even bigger collider for the future. Maybe it's all coincidence, but how many coincidences before it becomes a pattern?
Okay. Take everything with a grain of salt. Either you believe in this thing or you don't. It's okay. Okay, there's that. All right, let's continue. What was my other topic that I had? Okay, let's get into it. We're gonna do PlayStation, and then we're gonna go to Godfrey versus FBA. Godfrey crashed out so bad the last 24 hours. I'm here for it. Godfrey's been crashing out so bad. I'm here for it. Let's go to PlayStation. Basically killing physical media. Like we knew it was coming anyway, but nobody should be surprised. You will own nothing and be happy. Yeah. This was like the moment that who was the first one to do it? When Best Buy was like, no more physical media. That was your clue right there. When Best Buy said nope. Okay, here we go. Sony will discontinue physical disc production for all new PlayStation games beginning in January 2028. After this date, all new titles will be digital only. Existing physical games and disc released prior to this cutoff will continue to work normally, as the change does not affect retroactively released titles. But God forbid if you get banned off your PlayStation account, you're going to lose access to all of your games. Okay? So everybody's upset. I mean, they told you this was going to happen. So I'm not understanding why everybody's upset. They told you it was going to happen.
It is the end of an era for PlayStation. Sony says it's going to soon stop making physical discs for PlayStation games. Starting in 2028, new PlayStation games will be available on the PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. Sony says the change aligns with consumer preference for digital media.
Oh, he responded?
Significantly
okay.
outpaces physical discs. It is the end of an era for play.
All right, hold on. Let me see Jaylen Brown. What are you talking about? You see, this nigga talk too much, man. Like, he just can't help himself. He cannot help himself. He just can't help himself.
Chat, we back in the building. Y'all know what it is. First chat. My farewell, I posted this on my platform. Boston, pack me up, goddammit. Here's what I said. I wrote this too. First and foremost, thank you to the Most High. Even in the midst of adversity, I'm still here with the most gratitude. I'm still processing, chat. I'm still processing how everything went down. I'm excited and disappointed at the same time. I earned my respect from the city. Never asked for no shortcuts, no special treatments, no privilege. I simply showed up every day and accepted whatever challenge the organization had for me. The relationships I built here, the battles we fought together, chat, the championships we brought to the city, the connection I had with the fans, I'm gonna take that with me. Saying goodbye is not easy, especially when your heart is put into something, you know what I mean? So it definitely feel like a heartbreak. But I'm big on respect. Actions speak louder than words. So to the people of Boston, thank you. To the community I built here, I love you. And to the shifters, you already know we locked in for life. As one chapter closes, another one begins, rebirth, fear, and I'm looking forward to that. Pack your bags, sayonara, buddy. Out of here. I will say, you know what I mean? I'm still processing everything, to be honest. Like, it's a bunch of like excitement, disappointment, it's a bunch of emotions. I'm still processing everything, so give me some time. But I'm also looking forward to what's to come next. I will say, there was definitely a message being sent, and that message was received. I wasn't thrilled with the amount of respect that was showed during this process. You know, I think there was a bit of a lack of respect. I think it was fine at one point, and then out of nowhere, things just kind of went left. You know, I think Brad is probably getting a lot of the criticism. I wasn't thrilled the way he facilitated some of the conversations, but I definitely think there's more to it. Chat, there's definitely more to it. I just wish that the more to it could have been explained to me, because if the more to it was explained, I think I would have understood. I thought I earned respect enough to get that explanation, but hey, obviously I was wrong. Hey, but that's life.
Sir, you thought you were bigger than the program. You thought you were special. Okay.
We move on, but we move on. I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for what's to come next. You know what I mean? It's bittersweet. You know, I think Philadelphia has a history of like being a strong city, of being a tough-nosed city. So I'm looking forward to that because I don't want no special treatment. I don't want no handouts. I don't need no extra privilege. Not to say y'all were gonna give me that anyway, but you know, I plan on earning my respect one day at a time by putting in the work. You know, so I look forward to getting in the gym. I look forward to, you know, the whole process. So the hard part, chat, is like for the last 10 years, I've like been programmed to like hate Philadelphia, like from the history, chat, to like the history of the rivalry.
All right, do we care about this? Does anybody care? I don't care at this point. I'm over it. Yeah, I'm over it. Okay, let's. Okay, we talked about PlayStation. Okay, let's get on to the Godfrey thing. Let's get to Godfrey. Yeah, he think he OJ. Yeah, he think he OJ. He think he's special. Thought he was bigger than the program. Okay, sir. Okay, we got something for you. All right, let's get to Godfrey. Get to Godfrey crashing out. Now, I think we can officially, you know, put him in the trick box at this point. Where is it at? Godfrey's mask has finally slipped off. Godfrey's mask has finally slipped off, y'all. Finally. It took a while, but we're here now. Let's unpack this. Let's unpack this. Now pay attention to everybody he mentions and his demeanor and his response. You know, just pay attention. Let's go. Let's go.
No, he's in Florida.
Well, that was the only way to get him off this fucking show.
Fuck my wife.
Are you going to apologize to Karen Hunter? Now, why would I do that? Why would I do that? Gray area, please no.
What?
Please tell me, why would I do that?
Who's Karen Hunter?
Nobody. Why would I do that? I want to know. No, I want this person.
Tell them to call in.
Call in.
Mm-hmm. Could you please call in? The number is.
Now also pay attention to the chat as well. So let me move myself out the way because I want you to see how they cook his ass in the chat. But let's continue.
929-269-4922.
No one else calling except for this person.
And nobody else called. 929-269-4922. And you can even call who do you think is going to win the World Cup?
Patty,
If anybody thinks they're going to win the World Cup.
On a banner.
If anybody's going to win the World Cup, who do you think's going to win the World Cup? You guys can call in about World Cup. Don't just call about no other shit.
Or about the Karen person.
Yeah, call, please. Call. Her name is Gray. It's Gray Area, he or she. Gray Area 1. No. 1,000. Gray Area 1001 GT1G. Ah, jeez. Good Lord, you're never going to get an email. Jesus Christ.
Just say.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Did you see that?
Yeah, that's why I just read the first two. Gray area. That's
Gray
it.
serial number.
Who said Andre? Somebody said somebody was racist.
Oh, listen, you already know Karen Hunter's she's gonna respond. She hasn't responded yet. You already know she's ready for the comeback. She's gonna clap back at him. She's gonna clap back at him. What the hell? Who told you come on? What you doing here? Oh, it's that time for real? It's 11. Babe, I didn't even realize what time it was. I think it starts at 9:30. Yeah, my bad. How was work? Just cool. You know what? I don't know. She's on the couch. Nah. All right. Okay, my bad. So she hasn't responded just yet. She will. She ain't responded yet, y'all. But it's coming. All right, let's get back to it.
Just
Andre was racist and shit. Pretty obvious. I don't know what he was talking about though.
Wait, I don't know what that is.
Oh, is this a lady calling about Karen?
Is it the call?
Hello?
Is this the Gray Area?
Tiger Lily.
What?
No, it's Tiger Lily, but it's Tiger Lily. I know what the person is talking about, though.
Tiger Lily?
Yes.
What is she talking about?
Okay, so when David was on the 54 podcast, right? You guys did the whole segment about, doing different accents. So it was a lot of heat over him doing the accent, he was saying how a Nigerian accent, the Nigerian accent converts down into a slave accent. So Karen
wait, and also the fat dude, the fat light skinned dude, he's sketchy as well because he's gonna try to make excuses for Godfrey not checking David. But like I said, we're gonna walk this thing down.
Sir did a whole segment on her show about how David has no right to be saying that he's trolling Black Americans. She went in when you get an opportunity, I'm not saying you have to respond, but I never told you what to do. But I was like, when you get an opportunity, look it up because a lot of people had a lot to say about what David said. I don't have no problem with it because I'm like, this man is a talented actor and how he was taking his interpretation of one thing. But David actually put out a statement where he apologized for what he said.
I talked to him.
But that being said, though, it's kind of like you don't have to go back and forth with Karen. That's why I said sometimes I hate when people say, "Oh, you need to talk about this and you need to talk about that." You don't need to talk about shit you don't want to talk about.
But why would I apologize to you?
Let Gray Area call in.
Thank you for telling me. Hold on. Well, can you hang up, Tiger Lily? We got to get this other person that asked me to apologize to her. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thanks, Tiger Lily. I appreciate you.
Call again, Gray Area.
But of course, Karen's going to jump on that because she has to. Fucking bozo.
Karen gonna light his ass up. I can't wait for the clap back. We will be here to catch it. Karen gonna light his ass up. I know she's gonna bring all the dirty laundry from when they were at Sirius XM. I know she is, but come on.
What? Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, the fact you answer? Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Shoot. That's Gray Area, right?
It is. It is also known as Amela. So I've been following you a long time, but I also follow Karen Hunter, and I just feel like you guys need to squash whatever this is because you seem most aligned. Although I am a little annoyed about the episode with David Oyelowo, but I know it's not in alignment with the World Cup. So I can give you a little bit on that, but yeah. So Okay, one thing at a time. So
He already irritated. Told homeboy, turn it off. He's already irritated. He's not listening. He's not listening. He's only going to respond, and he's not listening. He's not looking to listen. You'll see.
what's your side of the story with Karen Hunter? Not to overtake your show, but I am curious.
I'll take my side. Wait.
How do you feel about Karen Hunter? Is what she's asking, I think.
I got fired by her. What's the big?
She fired him.
She fired me. So what?
I know, but she says that you were like, listen, I've watched you evolve.
No.
So
Tell me what she
sure,
said. Get to it.
She said you were extremely disrespectful to her.
How?
She said you called her a bitch.
I called her a bitch after she talked shit about me. You understand?
Okay.
So get the whole story, okay? Because I moved the fuck on. First of all, I'm not trying to be mad at you, but hold on. I've moved on. I never mentioned Karen. Okay. So people were telling me, they were coming at me, like people were sending me messages going, Karen is dogging you on her show. And I was like, well, she fired me. Why? And I didn't even answer. I just kept it moving about my business. And she was insulting me because I know people that are loyal that was telling me, yeah, Karen's saying this about you. I was like, wow, that sucks. And then I was like, hey, Karen, keep my name out your mouth. Like, you fired me. I moved on. You know what I mean? I just kept it moving. And she kept on throwing jabs at me, and people were telling me this. And I
pay attention to the chat. Let's continue. Yeah, Dante is the light-skinned guy. He was trying to run cover for Godfrey. But come on, let's continue.
And then she goes talking about my career ain't shit, all kinds of shit, as if she made my career. My career's been around. She asked me to come on her channel. I was minding my business. I was walking through the hallways of SiriusXM when she approached me. You understand?
Okay. I hear you.
No,
okay.
this is what the story is, miss. She asked me to be on her show. And I was like, well, I don't really do radio. I don't really want to do it. She goes, no, you should do it. She kept bugging me. And then she gave me an hour, which was the power hour at 12. And then it was doing so well that I moved on to 6 to 8. And I was like, I'll just do an hour. Then everybody was like, do more than 2 hours, do more than 1 hour. And then I got moved. And then I told her before I got on that station, I say a lot of edgy shit. I don't think you want me on this channel. It's a conservative black channel. And she goes, no, we want to change the feel of the show. I said, I'm going to keep it 100, though. Let me say what I want to say. And I got fired over some bullshit.
I didn't call her a bitch.
What do you mean?
Look at this. Look at this nigga here. Look at this. Sir, Dante, that's his name. Look at this man. Y'all, look at this man. Look at this man. But let's continue.
I didn't call. I was on the show.
Yeah. Why would you say you did?
I'm saying I didn't call her a bitch. I did. No, I'm saying I didn't call her a bitch, and I got kicked off.
Oh right. Oh, gotcha.
And and Lamont didn't call her a bitch,
and he got kicked off.
And she don't talk to Lamont. So when you have a situation where you the one needs, Sylvia didn't call her a bitch.
And she fired her too.
So you're under the.
I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like she's kind of a bitch.
When you have a situation where
wait.
When you have a situation where somebody always has the problem with somebody else, then it can't be everybody else.
Yeah, it's facts.
I hear you.
You have to understand. Yeah. You guys are probably still listening to Karen. All of us moved on. I wasn't talking about her. I didn't do none of that. And her whole thing about black unity, she's full of shit. She is full of shit.
She does her thing in the context of her thing.
Listen, but she's full of shit.
But interpersonally, there's a reason why she has a problem with everybody else.
Well, she tricked me. And how I got fired was some bullshit because I personally think my show was doing really well. It was and I know on the inside, motherfuckers was like, you was doing really well. They had to find something to get you on. And I knew on some inside shit, which I ain't gonna mention that person. And I was like, cool, because I was kicking ass. Because the week before she fired me, I went to an advertising meeting at Madison Square Garden. It was all the people that were going to sponsor me. And they said, well, what's your show about? I came in that room and it was awesome. I had them rolling, laughing, and then she fires me the next week. It was just weird. The chronology of what happened, I was like, wow. And so I remember getting off the train, coming from D.C., because I went to D.C. to cross-promote with Joe Madison. Rest in peace, Joe Madison. Woke up early in the morning on my own to meet Joe Madison.
He's not even talking to I get it, but you forgot that there's a caller on the line. So this is... The conversation it's more like he's talking to Dante and oh boy, you forgot. But okay, let's continue.
Then I did Laura Coates' shit. That's when the Laura Coates thing happened, where they kicked me off. But either way, I've said worse stuff. I didn't say anything crazy. I said exactly what I imitate people, and I got fired. And I was like, that was just real shady. But then I said, you know what? All right. And I just moved on, and I started doing Lord Jamar's thing with Raw Digger and doing my In Godfrey We Trust. I said, let me just go do that. And that's how the Steve Harvey stuff went viral. I was like, that was a blessing that she fired me. Because first of all, I don't like that corporate shit anyway. That's why I was very hesitant because a lot of comedians were being fired from SiriusXM anyway. So I was like, I was tired of that.
There's also a situation where there was this perception of radio is better than podcasting.
Yeah.
So anytime you called the show podcasting, she would get mad at this ain't podcasting, this radio, which ultimately now she has a podcast.
Now she has a podcast jumping off on my
there's a situation where you're talking about there was an older mentality that radio was something special and podcasting was some kind of subpar.
Are they Godfrey haters, you said?
No, that's real. I used to have a show on
and let me say
Clubhouse,
this. And ultimately, she has a podcast now where
she's talking.
So there was a stigma about the podcast.
I didn't hear you. Wait, hello?
See. Come on.
Oh, it must be a delay or some shit. Hello?
Okay.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
Can you hear me?
Talking to the
No, just real quick, in terms of the stigma about the podcast versus radio, like, we had a co-host of mine on Clubhouse, we had a great opportunity to start a show on YouTube a long time ago. But because of that stigma, she's like much deeper into journalism than I am, and she didn't want to do it. And I'm like, now look at everybody on YouTube. So anyway, I feel you. I know it was definitely a sentiment that people didn't want to, be known as being on podcasts, but they didn't have any choice but to change.
That wasn't. That's not true.
That's a separate issue.
That's not true.
No,
the point was that
all the known people, all the journalists.
Listen. The industry changed. Donald Trump is in office because of Joe Rogan and Andrew Schultz. So they were literally changed the course of politics with podcasting. The problem was that she had her roots in radio, and she thought that radio was going to be forever, where nobody cares about radio.
And she even told me, your shit ain't, and then she went in on my career. I was like, I was this guy before you. In fact, I was helping out your channel. You know how I know? Because I have people that come to my show go, man, I wish you was still on that channel, man. You tore that bitch down.
Okay, so now, wait, this makes no sense. So did Karen Hunter fire him, or did SiriusXM fire him? Because there's an old Vlad interview of him saying how Godfrey got fired from SiriusXM over a disrespectful gay comment. So which one is it? We'll pull it up in a minute. Let's continue.
I had truck drivers honking their horns at 6 p.m. all around the country.
Yeah.
My
I remember.
My callership would stay full. I mean, I had the proof of it, but her saying that shit, look at her now. Now she wants to jump on David Aiuolo because she don't have fucking nothing else to talk about. So she gonna jump on my podcast.
Everybody jumped on David Aiuolo, and we jumped on your ass too. So this ain't about now. It's not about Karen Hunter. Now it's about his lack of accountability. Okay, and moving the goalposts. Now we're getting to the meat of the issue.
Which is a dope-ass podcast. And by the way, David Aiuolo has apologized, but British black people do not have a perspective of American blacks.
Even get it.
But the fact is that these mistakes need to happen so we can talk about it. So we can have people going, damn, I fucked up. I think David probably didn't mean it that way, but the British black experience is so different than the black American experience. He probably was like, no, it's a little subservient. They don't know any better. A lot of them just don't know any better.
No,
and I think it's good that people listen. Hold up.
It definitely sounded like some white people shit. I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
It was whack. But I said I'm sorry, but it definitely sounded like some white people shit. But I get it.
But what I'm saying is, that's what. Where do you think they're colonized? It's colonial mentality. That's white people shit. That's what I'm trying to say.
I think people were responding because we appreciate the fact that, although your heritage is Nigerian, listen, I've been through all the arguments with ex-boyfriend, Nigerian, the whole nine. So I understand.
Yeah, but I grew up in Chicago.
See, here we go. Now, this is where the mask officially falls off. Growing up in Chicago means what? But okay, come on.
We were a little surprised by your reaction.
I don't give a fuck what y'all were thinking because I didn't make him say that.
I didn't say it.
I didn't make him say that. So fuck all of that because you all sit there and try to pick at the smallest shit, waiting for us to fuck up. First of all, me and Akbar grew up in Crenshaw. All right, I grew up in Chicago, some of the blackest cities around. Chicago's the most segregated city in this country.
Wow, I didn't know that. I did not know that, y'all, but come on.
You know what black Americans are like? Because I was stopped by cops, harassed by cops, called nigga, the whole nine.
Everybody that got pulled over by cops were called a nigga. It didn't matter what your nationality was. See where we're going with this, right? Okay, let's go.
Okay, so I'm a little bit different, but that show, what our show is, it's just 9-10 months. We're doing really well. It's needed. Nothing's gonna be perfect. So when someone goes, I didn't like your reaction, you're not my fucking parent, first off. And I'm the first person, if I fuck up, I'll go, man, my bad. But David said it. David said it. So to villainize me is bullshit.
It's your show. The same way we jumped on Corey's ass for the Zoe and Ari Spears debacle. Sir, it's your show. It's your show. At the end of the day, it's your platform. Okay?
That's black shit, just trying to have something to bitch about. See,
wow,
what we're
so now it's to have a complaint or an issue is some black stuff. You see you can't, you see it now? You see that the mask is completely falling. His true colors are coming out now. This is the real Godfrey. This is the real Godfrey.
We're doing is we're trying to work out our kinks. People are traumatized. Black Americans are traumatized. Caribbeans are traumatized. Africans are traumatized. Everybody's traumatized. Black women are traumatized. Black men are traumatized. So this is all coming from trauma. And this should be a therapeutic podcast. It should be a podcast where we go, hey, man, we fucked up. We got to talk about these things. But to just go, I'm disappointed. None of you motherfuckers are my parent. None of you. No.
What does that have anything to do with being your parent? Do we have to go back and listen to what he said? Come on. All right, let me refresh everybody's memory. So, let's see. I guess we got to go back to what he said. None of y'all my parents. That had nothing to do with being your parents. What the fuck is he talking about, y'all? Yo, homeboy said some foul shit. It is what it is.
You see rats in New York, and I know, and you see that, yuck, that's how they react to us. Right. You're like, oh, but I know people go, oh, it's just another animal. I have a friend who has pet rats, and she goes, no, oh, they're cute, and she has them, and but this is how they think of us. Sorry, I was just. But a rat is just another animal. It really is just another animal looking for food, and in our word, like, oh, it's a rodent, but it's really just an animal.
Let me go ahead and find it. Let me just go ahead and get to the video. We'll take it from there. Let me refresh everybody's memory on what was said. Because I'm more than sure that it's gotten a lot of views for him. So let's see. No. Women controlling black stories. No. This is in no real order. They just be chopping up videos and just throwing them up here. Hold on. Okay, I think it's this up here. No. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to find it. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go to Twitter. Let's go to Twitter and find it and pull it up ourselves. Okay, we'll go here. They got the clip.
Play the clip. This will be a CT. Can you play the clip, please?
If you take the Nigerian accent like this and you slow it down, you put a lot of slavery in there.
Facts.
And then you start to put a little bit of subservience in it. This is what starts to happen to the Nigerian accent.
Man.
Now, does he look zoned out? Now, I'm playing this for a reason because Dante later on in the stream says, man, Godfrey looked like you weren't even paying attention. You looked like you were zoned out when he said the comment about the subservience. Okay, I'm looking at Godfrey's reaction. This nigga does not look zoned out. But
and then you start to put a little bit of subservience in it. This is what starts to happen to the Nigerian accent.
Man.
It goes, because literally, if you're down here and you start to speed it up, and then you start to take all the thing out of it, then before you know it, you're talking like this. Now we are free again. Now we are free. We are released.
Now we free. We free from the subservience and the slavery. Does he look zoned out?
Like this. And you slow it down. You put a lot of slavery in there.
Facts.
Okay. So he says facts when he put the slavery in it. Okay, come on.
Nobody's perfect talking shit to me. You do a podcast and do better then. But my thing is, I'm doing this for the good of all of us to bridge a gap and all this, you're a tether, you're a this, you can eat a dick. I'm just not talking to you, miss. I'm just saying in the general.
I hope Tariq Nasheed responds to this. Even though I'm not the biggest Tariq Nasheed fan, please let me know when he responds to this, or I'll be looking my damn self.
But you can eat a dick, for real. I'm a tether, I'm a this, all these terms for a bunch of traumatized black folk. It's like, first of all, I'm a very well-read man when it comes to black life.
So blacks are traumatized. He's not traumatized. He's making distinctions. This is where he separates himself from us. Okay?
Very well read. I've done mounds of going to see the minister, Savior's Day, all kinds of shit. I met Stokely Carmichael. I met Francis Cress Welsing. I met all these people. Did you?
So, and you met them, and then what? And what's your point? There's a point somewhere in this, right?
I can question a lot of people on that.
Listen, I was in college at the same time. Let me just say real quick.
You know what I mean? If we're gonna do a measure on blackness, I'll probably stomp most of you.
So, according to him, he's more blacker than us. He would stomp us out in the blackness category. Okay. He would stomp us out in the blackness category. Okay. This is y'all's guy Godfrey though, right? I'm so glad everybody is starting to see the mask fall off and kick his fucking back in.
It's not sensitivity. It ain't sensitivity. Don't fucking ever say that to me. It's not.
He's not trying to listen. He's not trying to listen.
Sensitivity. It's passion because I'm on point. I'm not here to make you like, don't try to play good guy. Like, you're getting sensitive. No, this is passionate shit. And I'm real about it. When people go, oh, you shouldn't have done, fuck all of that.
I know, but what I'm trying to tell you is you keep switching off, Godfrey. I wasn't.
What'd you say?
Like that. I'm telling you, you've always represented that.
Always, but then you get one little thing and you guys, all as much as I speak up for black women.
Here we go.
What do you think?
Now black women, this is y'all cue to jump his ass because he talking bad about y'all. Hella bad.
That does to me in this business when I'm speaking up for you guys. I speak up for you motherfuckers all the time. Most celebrities in Hollywood don't say a goddamn thing about y'all. And I'm always opening my mouth for you guys. I try my best. But I do one thing, you guys just go off.
I get it. All right. Dante,
yes.
Can you just stop for a second? Can you
Fuck outta
speak
here.
to this? I really was just trying to say that I was just surprised, to be honest.
You see what they say in the comments? Okay. If you're really trying to bridge the gap, bring Tyreek on the other podcast. Let's see. My lineage is not based on who you met. Those are my people here from the soil. You a tether, Godfrey. You change when you're around your Africans. Well, you know David said it, Godfrey. You made no attempt to correct him, which is why we're surprised. Why should you be surprised? Okay. Fuck out of here. He definitely meant that. Okay. Okay, come on. Let's continue. I'm here for it. So we're looking for responses from Tariq and Karen Hunter in the next 48 hours.
Throughout the whole interview, I felt like, I was with you guys because I felt like you was low-key side-eyeing him. So I'm not saying I felt like
first of all, I don't even remember when he said the shit.
You really weren't even paying attention.
I wasn't even paying attention. First of all, our interview was fantastic.
Yeah.
We were having fun.
Yeah.
They were like, I said, what did David say?
But I'm gonna tell you something. I watched it, and I know, like, I could always tell when you're not there.
Yes.
You was zoned the fuck out. You were holding the cards, and you were just reading off, and it went through.
I don't even
He was zoned out. He was, huh? He was? Okay, let's run it back. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. I didn't see him being zoned out.
Yeah, CT, can you play the clip, please?
If you take the Nigerian accent like this and you slow it down, you put a lot of slavery in there.
Facts.
And then
Okay, let's continue.
you start to put a little bit of subservience in it. This is what starts to happen to the Nigerian accent.
Man.
It goes, because literally, if you're down here and you start to speed it up, and then you start to take all the thing out of it, then before you know it, you're talking like this. Now we are free again. Now we are free.
So to talk like a Nigerian means you're free. Okay. So you see Dante running cover. Dante trying this goofball trying to run cover for Godfrey. Come on.
When he said you bring a little subservience and each that, but you got to understand something. We get this. I've gotten this from Haitian people. I've got this from Caribbean people. How about this? People talk, I'm FBA, and I get it from FBAs because I'm light-skinned. So what we're talking about is
which has nothing to do with the conversation.
Overall black trauma that exceeds on, and we're always ready to go hard on black folks. Even when we talk about the roast with Kevin Hart has made black millionaires. He's done where people had generational wealth for their family for the rest of their lives, and then all of a sudden, because a white boy is white boying and doing what he does, then everybody wants to turn on Kevin Hart.
Right.
He should have did this. Y'all don't hate Derek Chauvin. I've said this a bunch of times, and every time I say this, people act like I'm crazy. People hate Candace Owens more than they hate Derek Chauvin.
What does this have to do with anything? This has nothing.
They hate the woman, and don't get me wrong, Candace Owens ain't shit. I don't want to be clear. Fuck that bitch. But we hate her for talking about George Floyd more than we hate the white cop that murdered him on film. That's straight trauma.
It's like I said. It's like I said. With David, the fact that you all are going to hold on to that shit. First of all, David, David is getting dragged, which is good. Like, you fucked up, and this is good. But
you getting dragged too, buddy, because you didn't stop him, and it's your show. And given the interactions, it seemed like you were okay with what he said until you show us otherwise.
Come at me. I'm like, oh man. And first of all, David Ayuolo, when he did Martin Luther King, he raised money for that. He busted his.
Nobody wanted him to play Martin Luther King to begin with. Who cares? I'd rather we not get the project if it's not going to be played by someone that's from the soil. How about that? Is that fair enough? Matter of fact, let the project die. I don't care how long it takes. Get somebody from the soil to play Martin Luther King.
It took him 7 years to make that. And he hired nothing but African Americans.
So?
He hired Common, right, who played Masavio's dad. Remember Masavio?
Yeah.
But Common played Masavio's father, who was with Dr. King. He hired a lot of African Americans. Now he has a platform called Mansa with Nate Parker, who's Black American.
Yeah.
He's literally hiring and putting people to work. But I mean, we
stand on the sideline, we do nothing, and then we criticize everything that black people do. But on the same sense, this is a white supremacy society that turns us against, because they do give these parts to black British actors, because there is the same way. There's no way in the world they would have let Barack Obama run for the president if he was African American, because there's a class system that says that African Americans are at the bottom of the class system. They will not let.
I hate when they don't stick to the topic and throw in all these other points that have nothing to do with the conversation. This is all just curveball shit.
To hold us when you talk about patriotic assimilation.
I'm about to say, didn't we have a bunch of MLK movies from coming up? Yeah, we didn't. Nobody needed this. Nah, we would have been all right without your version of MLK.
But part of patriotic assimilation is assimilating into the racism against African Americans.
Just because you're gay, you don't have to sick gay.
Can't help
There
it.
you go.
Can't help it.
Nah, I'm
that
sitting.
was really funny. I'm dumb folded legs. He does that little yoga move.
I'm gonna sit as gay as I can. It's still June, nigga.
But either way, like I said,
Somebody said, and Dante, you didn't get fired. You was a guest mostly on Foolishness Fridays. How do you get fired as a guest? Cut it out. Oh, no. Stop saying it about Derek Chauvin. You sound stupid. Okay. Let's continue. Yeah, David should have never played MLK or Bass Reeves. Yeah, let's go.
I'm not like screaming, but I'm saying I'm okay being passionate like this because I just Karen is trying to jump off on because all the podcasting she was talking shit about.
Now
she's
she's
trying to do
doing
the
it.
podcast
She's
move.
clickbait.
Like, let me dog Godfrey, blah blah. And when someone said apologize to Karen, I haven't talked to her in 6 years.
Here's the thing. I don't even know Karen that well, but it's obviously this is what Karen's doing. This podcast is very popular. Your other podcast was very popular. You're
Karen gonna light his ass up. I can't wait. I'm here for it.
very popular. I just looked at her following. She's doing terrible. So the reason why she's talking about everyone who's doing well is because she wants to be
And the fact
affiliated
that your
with
name
people
is
who are doing
Karen
well.
is hysterical. You're a fucking black Karen.
Like, that's what it is.
Listen. Like I said, I appreciate you calling and stuff and you talking. My passion, I wanted to hype it up because I'm in that mood. But like my whole purpose of what I do is very pro us. And nobody's perfect. Martin Luther King wasn't perfect. Malcolm X wasn't. Muhammad Ali wasn't perfect. He dogged Joe Frazier, who helped him out in the boxing game. But you look at what Muhammad sacrificed for black people, like literally his whole career, not going to Vietnam. So there's other things. But when we make these mistakes and just go, no, but look what you did. I go, but look at all the other shit I've done. Like, you know, I got white women go, you don't like white? Well, you only like black? I go, I prefer black women. It has nothing to do with not liking. I like women, but I like black women the most. It has nothing to do with, but you know, you got women that are in positions that are looking at me like, he only like black girls. They look at that shit. You know, I'm always speaking up for us all the damn time. Let me tell you something. If I didn't give a fuck about black people, I would be on 3 sitcoms by now. I'd be real cooning and tap dancing.
Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you for your work. Thank you for your service, Godfrey. To black Americans. I don't know what's his contribution to black Americans. Sir, you're on YouTube. I'm just asking questions. Like, you're on YouTube. What needles are you generally moving? Like, you're not having any real impact on the culture out here. Like, the last time I remember Godfrey is him doing impressions. I don't remember him in any TV shows. If he's in some movies, I forgot. I don't remember him like that. I just remember him from doing impressions. And now he's on YouTube. Right? Is it safe to say that Godfrey has a failed career in Hollywood? Because, sir, you're on YouTube. You're on YouTube. I'm just asking questions, y'all.
And shit. For real. You know, but I don't do that.
I would say this. Nobody, I bet you, all the black people that they focus on, nobody could tell you the name of the white boys that tracked down Ahmaud Arbery and shot him in the street. I bet you nobody knows what their name is.
We're talking about Ahmaud Arbery.
Put it, if you know his name, don't look it up, but if you know his name, put it in the chat. This is the thing. We have all this vitriol for black folks. No vitriol for
I can't with Dante. He's gonna get on his knees and take cover fire for Godfrey every time. I can't take him serious. Okay, so now let's go to what he said why he got fired from Sirius XM. I want to see how many times he mentioned Karen's name in all this.
We got to start counting on ourselves. Man, f these people, man. And look at everybody got fired off of Sirius XM. I did.
Right.
All of us did.
You had a show on Sirius too?
Yeah, I did for like 2 years. Bitch fired me. She wanted me to have a show. I go, I don't really do radio. No, you should do a show. She
Okay, so then he's referring to Karen Hunter. Okay, let's continue.
saw me in the hallway. You know, I was doing Jim's show.
Yeah.
Jim and so yeah, you should do it. I was like, I don't really do radio. I don't like sitting in a fucking, you know, I don't want to show up at whatever clock, you know.
Sure.
You know, hey, what's up, Tom and Jim in the morning? I hate all that shit. So I was like, all right, what time? Oh, what about 12 o'clock? I think I could do that, right?
Okay.
And so it was for Urban View. It's like Al Sharpton's on that station, and it's like gospel. It's like conservative black people. I said, well, I'm not conservative. I talk shit. So what's up? And she goes, no, we need, our channel's a little boring. We want, is her name?
So they on his neck in the comments. How do you get fired on your day off? Godfrey's talking about Karen Hunter there. I screamed it for you, Godfrey. You must be. It's just, yeah, it's Everyone has ever been fired. I didn't even want the job in the first place. You did me a favor. Okay. Yo, is he talking about Karen Hunter? Can't be talking about that on non-melanated shows. Okay. You definitely out of pocket for calling her out her name. Disagreeing is one thing. Says a lot about you. Okay. He screamed protect black women, but will disrespect black women all day. Godfrey, you are funny to a small group. If you were better, you'd be bigger. Ooh, ouch. He's out of pocket for calling Karen Hunter a bitch. She's a legendary journalist who was for the culture. Okay, he was fired because he threatened to beat up the L. Gibbet security guard. That's it. You can say damn near anything on Sirius XM, but you cannot threaten people with violence on air. Oh, that's what he did. Okay. Okay, so that's why he got fired.
I'm not gonna name her name. Fuck that bitch. And I'm not gonna give her no props.
Well, now it's fucking Howard Stern, Baba Booey, and a Kurg in that fucking office.
Yeah, that's it. Stern is the reason why it's still floating, you know?
Yeah.
And I was doing stuff for Stern, little, like, he does these little, like, sketch things. And so I was doing some voice stuff for him. It was dumb. But anyway, I was doing that. And so I, along with the show I was doing. So at 12 o'clock, I got an hour show, and it was Power Hour, and I just brought some of my comic friends on talking shit, but it started doing well.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I had little, you know, the thing you answer calls and shit.
Oh, that's fun.
So my shit stayed lit, like, because I was talking shit. Because I said, I'm going to talk shit. I'm telling you, I don't hold me back. No, go do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So I went in doing my shit. I had different people on. I had Method Man on my shit. Vivica, I had all kinds of people coming through, right? Because they use it when they were promoting shit. They go, your show's doing pretty good. You want 2 hours now? Because only 15 minutes. Sure. Hey, if I go last, I'm doing 30. Fuck that. If I got to watch the circus go by, I guess it's like prime time. So I got moved to 6 to 8. I started doing really well again, you know, and then all of a sudden, I started getting hounded by them. Oh, you can't say this. I go, oh, man. Fuck. And then I got fired one day because I said something crazy.
What'd you say?
I said something about, it was, I was in D.C. I went to the Sirius XM, the big studio, their main, it's unbelievable. It's beautiful. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do some cross promoting since I'm doing a DC Improv.
Yep.
I want to go by the studio.
I was fired from Sirius where he hosted the Godfrey Complex on Urban View Channel. It doesn't say why. Oh, a truck driver and a fan approached Godfrey for a photo at the headquarters.
At the headquarters in the lobby, yeah.
Oh, and you said no photos were allowed.
No, the dude at the desk was like a gay dude who was transitioning. Like, I know.
Okay, here we go.
He had makeup and no, a dude, black dude, and he was like, but he was rude. He was like this. No photos. You can't have photos. You know, like Shanae.
I can't tell which side he's transitioning to at that impression.
It's like that. No photos. You can't have photos. I was like this. And it was just me and him, and the lobby's huge. I go, the guy is a subscriber.
Yeah.
Truck drivers are what keeps Sirius XM going.
Exactly.
I said, he's a subscriber. The guy just was nice. He was an older man. Like, he said, my kids love you. Da, da, da. And she go, you can't. I said, man, you're kind of rude, dude. Like, relax. Like, there's no one here.
Yeah, who cares?
It was the weirdest exchange.
And God was like, so I beat the shit out of her, and they fired me.
Hell no, him. Still had the strength.
All right.
So no, I went to Laura Coates, who's one of the main anchors on CNN now. She's a lawyer. She's a badass lawyer. Laura Coates.
Okay.
She's the shit. And I went on her.
Oh,
I went on her show. And, you know, I was cross promoting. So I woke up really early to do these different shows just to talk, you know, get on her show, So I went on her show and she goes, yo, what, you seem a little like disturbed. I said, yeah, because people know I talk shit. I talk shit. I would say, I would love to smack the shit out of this person, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So I say, yo, this dude downstairs, he he kind of stopped me from giving a guy a picture. He was I guess he was part of the LGBT community, and he was real rude to me. He was just like rude. Yeah. So I imitate people anyway. So he was like, and I imitated exactly what he said. He goes, nah, no pictures. There's no pictures.
Yeah.
And he was so rude, and he had these braids, and I wanted to take him by his braids and drag him out and throw him out the door. And then that's what got me fired.
What?
So not Karen Hunter. So Karen Hunter didn't get you fired. Okay. Because apparently you threatened to beat up the L. Gibbet security guard. That's what got you fired. Okay.
That's it?
None of that shit. No,
Right.
No. I don't care if you're gay, but he was just rude.
Yeah.
But they love to put, because you're gay, it has nothing to do with your character.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Of course, you're just rude.
But they like to combine
Yes,
it. You know what I mean?
And by the way, braids is not male or female. That could be either gender,
but
right?
what's funny is they like to combine it when it's convenient.
Right.
Because if I were to say, I don't like gays, that has nothing to do with my character.
Oh.
Then they want to be human after all. They go back and forth. They volley with the shit.
Welcome to the white man's burden. Yeah. We've been dealing with this for years.
Which is, by the way, the name of our podcast, The White Man's Burden.
Okay, so it wasn't Karen Hunter. It was somebody above her. It's above her now. Okay. Gotcha. I thought, yeah, black women, do what y'all do. Do what y'all do. On his neck. All right? Yeah, do what y'all do. Get on his neck and leave it at that. Anything else? Let me see what else. I can't. This Dante guy, I can't.
But Dante, they did a study. This is at IKIM39 said, hey, wait. Dante did studies. It's a form of assimilation that whites feel more comfortable around foreign blacks, hence Hollywood being partial to them playing a role. So it's not insecurity. Because I really feel that the black American feels like it feels like you remind white people of the oppression of what they did to you.
They did.
So the British black doesn't remind it because it's separate. It's a different type of black. So it's like, oh, hello. Blah, blah, blah. They're like, oh, wow, he's more. It's like it's safe. It's like an upgrade from iPhone 2 to iPhone 17.
But also just the voice itself is safe.
It's a safe voice. It feels safe.
Because what do you want to hear? You want to hear the hello, or do you want to see hear
My
content?
son is in England, and his cousins are Brits, black Brits. His cousins didn't even know that Britain had slaves. Had no idea that there were slaves. So when you go to Britain and they're like, you don't have no culture, and they do that bit about beep beep beep. Right. They don't even know that Britain was the king of the fucking colonizers.
Yeah, Britain was the masterminds of colonization. Well, this was a good conversation. I appreciated that one there. Thanks for calling.
All right, 48 hours. Tariq Nasheed and Karen Hunter, you guys are on the clock. You got 48 hours to respond to this goofball whose mask has fallen all the way off. Please, I can't wait for y'all to drag him for the absolute filth. Okay? For the absolute filth. I'm going to end this. It's going on 3 hours. It's 12:30. I got to work tomorrow. Yeah. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you, Club, for the super chat. Thank you, everybody that came through. I was tired. Yeah, I was tired, and I got to cut up some videos. So, girl, he said an iPhone 2 is us, and Black Brits an iPhone 17. Like, goddamn, sir, that's how many different ecosystems away. But it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, I'm out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's night.